All right. And we are live. Welcome to the Iron Lords podcast, episode number 96. And it's another glorious Sunday. We're back at the round table on the Lord's Day. I'm extremely excited about our special guest. And we've got the Anthem VIP Demo, developers manipulating streamers, December MPD, and Metroid Prime 4 to discuss. So we gonna get right into it. I want to introduce a Lord who is not only a true gamer, but is also responsible for some of the most informative and stylized content in our gaming community. Whether it be her YouTube first impressions, Let's Chat series, or Twitch streams, all done with a fun-loving personality and smooth delivery. Introducing the creator and host of the EriCutz4theWin YouTube channel and the first lady of Press Start podcast, the lover of all things Gears and Dark Souls, and the Twitch leader of the Yike Squad movement, live from Raider Nation and making her debut into the realm of the Lords. My girl, Lady EriCutz4theWin. How you doing, sis?
Hey, I love that intro. I was waiting for it. I'm like, what is he gonna say? That might be the best intro I ever got. What's up, you guys? Thanks for having me. I'm looking forward to this. Yeah,
absolutely.
Let's do it.
Long overdue. Huge fan of your content.
Thank you.
Huge fan of Press Start. Have a lot of those guys on. And it's only right. You are a lord in your realm, so we show you the proper respect here at the round table. Are you ready to have some fun?
Yes, I'm ready. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Oh, the chat is lit. They like the queen. She's here.
I see you guys.
The Yike is in the building early. Okay. And we have the four horsemen of gaming, those original lords of the realm here at the round table. My co-host with most, my brother from another mother, the difficult game conqueror, and the how of the young wolf. My man, Lord Attic, how you doing, sir?
Alive.
Tell him about it, Attic, because it wasn't looking good earlier. I hear that, baby.
It's still not looking good. What you talking about?
Wow, you still under the weather, brother?
No, I'm a little tired, but
I thought you needed
tired.
I thought he needed me to send him some euthanasia.
Did somebody get an early copy of Kingdom Hearts?
Slingshot and shoot it to me? Like, what's going on? Yeah,
What's going on, man?
Glad to be here.
No doubt. What you been playing, man?
Pretty much Resident Evil, and that's all. Wait for that Kingdom Hearts drop, man. Like,
I
ain't gonna lie, man. Part of me is like, man, is Meme Bug and Kofi over there? Like, I don't even like. I've refused to click on his streams. Like, I'm like, no, I'm not doing it.
Wait, so you in your feelings right now? And he's playing your love, your life.
I was sitting here, I'm gonna wait for this.
You gotta
years.
You gotta schmooze up to Kofi, man. You gotta get that connect, man.
Kofi
you gotta get plug. Yeah, you gotta schmooze up to Erica today. You gotta make.
Hey, I don't even get games. I don't know what to tell you.
Or like slide in the 60. Here you go.
I know how you feel, Addict. I felt the same when he had Neo early.
Oh.
I was hating.
Yeah, that was your heart. We just need to hook Attic up with Mr. Lee.
Hell yeah,
It's 1,000 miles away. You could.
I could, but it's gonna cost you. Yeah, it's gonna cost you a month's rent to get it. But you have it though.
It'll be there. It would have been there last month.
Attic, so I'm surprised you didn't. The difficult game conqueror didn't brag about that Resident Evil 2 completion.
Because I've only beat Leon's. I haven't beat anything else.
Oh, okay, so it's not considered complete.
I got to at least beat Claire. That's what I'm told.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's been pretty much it there.
Yeah. It's going. I got to. Hopefully, I can get through Claire's today and tomorrow, because once Kingdom Hearts comes out, it's a wrap. I don't care.
Everything shuts down. Everything shut down, no doubt. And of course, we have our most technical gaming lord, the solo gamer who lives for the single player selfish experience, and also the Sostradamus, Mr. Offline Profile Illuminati and Lord Patreon of the Iron Bank, my man, Lord Sovereign. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. I'm good. A little under the weather, like I was telling you guys before the show started. I was dipping and dodging that cold bug, and it just finally punched me in the face and caught me. So that's where I'm at. Hey, lay down, exactly. Lay down.
Under rope, but he made it to the realm today.
Yes,
I'm very, very happy.
Yes, sir. Took my Dayquil, drinking my water. I'm good.
No doubt.
It's slow motion right now.
Slow motion right now. He in the building. So what's up? What you been playing, man?
You know what I've been playing. That's
he ain't been playing that game that he promised.
I already know you playing.
I think I gotta pay for the Patreon to play with this dude, man.
Oh God! Listen, when I saw your guys' feed in the in Messenger, I was like, you know what? I'm not even going there. When I heard 5 hours of wait, I'll just wait for the final game. So I wasn't. Yeah, I said, let me not take time away from Resident Evil. Let me just. I'll just play Anthem when it comes out.
No doubt. That's what's up. So it's just been Resident Evil exclusive.
Just Resident Evil, man. Honestly, they've done a lot of great stuff with that game. I'm interested to hear what Attic has to say about it because I know he said he had no nostalgia for the original, so he didn't really care about it initially. So, what do you think? Because you just said you played it and you blazed through Leon's.
We have a topic for that.
Well, technically we don't.
Technically we don't.
Get it over because we got to put things up. Technically,
I mean it's a good game. I really enjoy it. I think it took me 6.5 hours to beat Leon's.
Jesus Christ!
To be animal. You and BG were getting into it, and a couple other people in reference to the zombie difficulty.
I'm not going to even come across the subject. Because obviously people are going to feel a completely different way. I just personally don't think any zombie in any game should take 4 shots to kill. I understand why they did it. And, at the end of the day, it was a good gameplay choice to make the game, feel like everything could kill you. But I personally feel like a zombie should never take more than 2 shots to kill in the head. But that's just me.
Once I got... From what I noticed, like heavier set zombies, like they're bigger, they're chunkier. They're gonna take a good amount. They're gonna take almost a clip. So right at that point, right, then you have to decide whether it's worth it to do that or leave them behind and understand that you're gonna have to deal with them later at some point. And I think that to me is just kind of the beauty of survival horror, like those decisions that you have to make. You can't run around thinking you're gonna kill everything, especially the first time through.
I just went through there, and if there was too many zombies, I was just shooting kneecaps out. I was like, you can't walk, everybody can't walk.
You were dropping them. You were doing. Yeah, you were doing what that was the Resident Evil 4 thing was like, okay, I'm going to drop you, get past you, or drop you and kick you. So like, you got to remember, like, this is Leon pre-Resident Evil 4, so he doesn't have all that hot training yet. Like, he's just, all he does is shoot people, and that's it.
I will say one thing. The last boss for Leon, I felt like the only way to effectively fight him was to run to one side of the room and shoot him while he was walking at you, because if he even got nowhere close to you, like you couldn't go around him, you couldn't go through him, you couldn't go beside him. His reach was too much.
Yeah, once they get to a certain proximity, the canned animation jumps in, so you have to stay out of that range.
Yo, Jonathan B coming for Attic. He said he talking like from real world zombie killing experience. He said, well, the last time I killed a zombie, they only took 2 shots.
Look, all I'm saying is
this game isn't realistic at all.
Any kind of thing of killing zombies in any game, any movie, any TV show, a zombie doesn't take more damage than a Spartan off Halo. I'm sorry.
Wow. I had to get you riled up. I know you hate that subject. Finish off. I'm not bad.
Yeah, I mean, listen, to me, everything they've done with the game, shout out to Relevant Native and the article he put out on playbackgaming.net. Go check that out, please. Yes. He focused on the two specific things that make this version of the game so much different, right? And it's the fact that it's in third person, but it's third person over the shoulder action, so you're controlling the camera at all times, unlike the original game, which was fixed camera angles. And they did that to sort of create tension, to create jump scares and stuff. So that's huge that changes there. And then in addition to that, the gun mechanics, right? I would say in this game, if you want to even increase the difficulty and the scariness of it, don't use any sort of aim assist at all in this version of the game.
Yeah, kids move.
Feeling that Resident Evil 2 stream, kid. I see you.
Well, what's funny is I was defending this man in the chat. People like he's playing on easy. I was like, that don't sound. This kid usually at least plays it on normal. Then I hit up afterwards on the low. I'm like, dude, you playing this on easy?
Oh, kid, how can you do
so
that?
it's true. Oh, no.
Well, he did tell me. He did tell me that. He the only, and I agree with him. Like he's never played a game like that at all. He was like, I plan on after beating Leon's story and getting more comfortable with this game, he's gonna play players on hardcore. So you know, there it is, right there. Like
to be fair, and that is, if you think about how we played these games back in the day, that's exactly how we played them, right? We played them like our normal. Then we go back on hardcore with all the unlocked hot weapons. We try to do speed runs. Shout out to Lord Ha, the Res Evil speed run.
Yeah. Shout out to Kaibatsu though. Kaibatsu was on the bumper with a lot of that speed running.
Exactly. So the feeling of the game in that respect is still the same. Like I know I'm gonna go through Leon's, I'm gonna go through Claire's, and I'm gonna go back and do Hunk and Tofu and all that stuff.
Yeah,
like
I'm not doing none of this.
One time
I'm gonna beat it on easy.
One and done.
One and done.
To the next. To the next.
True one and done.
What I really like about it,
nigga himself is done. You good, son?
I'm good.
Solve is a fraud anyway, man.
Oh my god!
What I really like about it is
I gotta pay for this Patreon so I can play him in the game he got me hooked on. Like this is, I'm really, you know how real pissed off I am with that, because every time I go to my damn dashboard, I gotta see this.
It's all right.
Game.
You didn't pay for it, though. It's all right.
Listen, okay, so too selfish. So what he's telling you, right? You heard what he just said, right? He told me don't bitch about it because you didn't pay for it. You got it for free. So you should not complain that I got you hooked on something and I walked away from your ass. That's exactly what he just did.
And the funny thing is the last thing.
You though. That's the question. How many times I gotta beg you?
I'll be on Saturday afternoon from now on. Check that Patreon. Check that Patreon.
I'm making an appointment just to
moving along, and of course we have the incredible Hulk of this, aka the Excess Gamer.
Ooh.
The Lord of Combat Sports, who is a man of his convictions, demands nothing less than that premium experience. It is the leader of the Fraud Alert movement.
Ooh.
Beloved Lord King, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing great because it was actually a real good fight last night. Shout out to Adrian Broner for turning his Instagram off. This track sent your way all day. You fraud.
Shout out to the diss track that went out.
yeah. Keith Thurman versus Joselito Lopez, and it was Keith Thurman's fight back. Been out the ring for 2 years at surgery and stuff like that, and he had a couple of hard fights or whatever. I know I don't really like fighters to take any time off, and it showed. The Ring Rush showed Joselito was game. They went 12 rounds. Joselito was coming for this dude, but all around it was a great fight. I can't take anything away from those two characters. It was really good. It panned out how I said it would. Check that Combat Talk is up. What I've been playing. Well, what I haven't been playing is Anthem. You can shout out to that right there. Shout out. I told you, dude. I told you. Man, what I said. What the hell I told you. I told you what it was going to be. The demo's telling you straight from the rip. This is hot garbage. Hot garbage. Like,
well, how would you know if you didn't experience it?
I got into play the game. But that first day, I was with the Jordan face, like
the Jordan tears.
I had the Jordan mean face.
I gotta do like that, son.
Like I was like,
yo, you stupid.
I mean, one thing I do want to bring up is how do you have that much of a bad launch when it comes to a beta when you're the one that gave out the codes? It wasn't like an open beta. You knew exactly how many people was going to come in.
We're going to get into that.
Yo, it was a surprise. This is what I'm saying. Like, it was our service is at capacity. Like, I'm telling you guys right now, this is the ultimate of clusters.
Yeah.
All right? So, I cannot wait to get to that topic. I'm gonna rip this game to shreds. I gotta buy the game. I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna call me a fraud. I'm like, oh, Ken, you're a fraud. You hated on the game and you have to buy it. No, I have to buy the game because if one of you Patreon dudes say, I want to play with King in this stupid game, I gotta suit up this little robot and fly around.
So you're doing it for the culture, then? You're doing it for the,
I'm doing
for the fans.
I'm doing it for the
You're taking
bucks.
one for the team.
He's taking one for the team.
I'm doing it for the bucks. I'm only doing it for you Patreon dudes for the dollars. Dollars.
Yo, Jonathan B said King had his outfit laid out in bed this morning, like the first day of school, to trash Anthem.
You saw it, right? Yo, I put the red on. I put the red on for the war.
Yeah, you should have put it. You should have put on an actual Iron Man suit today. That would have been funny.
No. The game is garbage.
Anthem is not safe today.
Anthem's not safe. We got a lot to say. I already see Fonzerelli in the chat. King suit up. Oh my God, they ready. The guns. I know when we get to that topic, it's gonna be lit. And of course, we had the Lord of the Cooperative Experience and the gaming ninja himself, the Shinobi LordCognito, spreading that realness in the realm of the ILP, not telling you what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. So yeah,
did you just say the Lord of Cooperative Experience?
Lord of Cooperative Experience.
So we're home.
He's been saying that for weeks.
You know what? Because I really didn't pay no mind. It didn't hit my radar, and I just heard some fraudery, and I was like, "What?" My ears just tingled, and he said, "Oh, I'm down with that co-op stuff." When?
On Switch? Are you with me on Switch? Are you with me on PC?
Oh, okay. There you go. You're right. You the king of that. There you go. I'm gonna let you have that. There you go. Sorry, my bad.
You're rocking with me over there. Resident Evil 2, pretty much the same thing. Oh my God, fantastic! I'm playing that. Absolutely gorgeous. Love what they're doing. Just love the fact that it's not just a remaster; it's a remake. It looks fantastic. Outrun on the Switch, obviously, and I know Kid gave me a lot of fun for that.
What the hell is that? You brought that game 400 times already.
Listen,
Shut up,
man. You look good.
And did you just hear you just say yep? Did you just say yep?
Yeah, I did.
Magical sound shower on your Switch.
You damn frauds. You still got the game on your Genesis in the closet. Just take it out and play it.
Shout out my man UK Dazarus. He put me on to somebody who did like an amazing arrangement of the Splash Wave version on guitar. It was lit. Been rocking the Message on the Switch. Been doing it like a level at a time. Really love that game. Such a game. I think Erica, you played that, right?
The Messenger? Oh yeah, that game's great.
Oh, the Messenger.
The game's really good. Yeah, I love the music.
Yes,
it's awesome.
What's my favorite part? Like when you go to the shop owner and then you talk to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's like, why are you talking? Go play the game. He's like, you still in here? What you in here for? Like the shop owner is the funniest thing.
Addict, do you got your helmet on? I strapped mine in. I put my helmet on.
They don't like Switch talk, Erica. You gotta learn.
The anti-Switch game. Okay.
Addict ain't here. He's not here.
Addict's he's trying to log into Anthem right now. That's
what he's doing right now. Whenever we talk Switch, he's trying to log in. And of course, the Anthem VIP demo, which we will have a lot to say on our first topic. But Addict, did Addict come back yet? Because I need him.
No, I'm still here.
Okay, cool. So that's pretty much it for me as far as the gaming. But the Lords of the Realm have come forward in the Patreon. And the Dream Daddy Challenge has been accepted. Lord Addict, when you care to share the conditions of the challenge, and shout out to Lord Cat Daddy.
Why are the conditions to play in this game?
We gotta talk about the conditions. This is the Dream Daddy Challenge. This is what the fans, this is what the realm wanted. So, Addict, what's going to be the conditions going on here? Explain to the people.
I'm just going to play it for 4 hours and uninstall it and act like I never played it.
But Cat Daddy requested your face be on stream during this this occasion of you.
Don't tell Press Start Memes. Don't tell him about that.
Ain't nobody better tell that man about that. I'll just play for 4 hours, I guess, with my face on the stream and then leave. What I should do is just like get my avatar, like just cut off the face and put it at the bottom. Like that's me. I haven't moved in in like 3 hours. I've just been sitting in the exact same position, haven't blinked,
haven't blinked, haven't breathed. Like,
yes. Oh snap! Our little podcast. Alec has to play it. Oh, 100% the chat loving it. Unbelievable. So that's what's up. So all right, we got the business out of the way and what the Lords have been playing out of the way. So I want to start off with Lady Erica, her video game system history, her journey to YouTube and Twitch, and what eventually led her to joining one of the very best podcasts on YouTube, the Press Start podcast. So Lady Erica, let's start from the beginning. What were some of the first video game systems you had and what got you into gaming?
Oh, damn, we're going way back.
Way back, girl. Let's go.
Okay. Well, I grew up a Nintendo kid. I talk about that all the time. My uncle, he was like 5 years older than me. So he was like my older brother. He introduced me to like the NES, Super Nintendo, and I would usually get his hand-me-downs because my parents were like not about it. They ain't buying me no consoles. So I played the Game Boy through him, Sega systems. I mean, all of it because of him.
A couple of Sega kids here. Which Sega system did you play, if you can remember?
Oh shoot, all of them. Genesis, Saturn. I love the Saturn, the Dreamcast. Yeah, so most of them, but yeah, so I grew up just playing everything, and then sometimes he would borrow PlayStations, so I would get my hands on that too.
Nice.
But yeah, just pretty much all my life that I can remember, just playing games. And then you brought up YouTube and all that. Yeah, I started that just to kind of share my experiences, and I was really into Gears, so I started recording Gears and talking over it, and it just kind of went from there, and Press Start podcast is now a big thing in my career, I guess, or YouTube career. Yeah, and meeting people. That's what's so great about the internet and gaming and the community. We get to meet like-minded people. So one thing led to another. They thought I would be great on the podcast, and so I'm in. Yeah, so that's how I'm the first lady.
That's how you first lady.
Press Start. Yeah, I mean that's the condensed version, but yeah, I mean.
So like how long ago? It was like a year ago or 2 years ago? Like how long ago before you kind of joined?
I want to say it was like almost 2 years ago. I think it was like April or so in 2017. Something like that. Yeah. So.
And then I want to back you up on your video game system history because the chat actually had a couple of questions too. They want to know about your handheld game. Did you ever play like besides Game Boy? Did you ever play on like Game Gear? Any other handhelds?
My cousin was like the Sega kid. He had all the Sega stuff. So I did get my hands on the Game Gear with those big ass batteries and everything. I thought it was great though. Like it was in color, and I was playing Sonic. I'm like, this is awesome. So I did play it. I didn't own it though. I had a Game Boy eventually, like this really small one. I forget what they call it. Or they called it at the time. It was like a red one. I got it from a yard sale.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Like I said, my parents, they didn't have a lot of money. So I just took what I could get, but I did play handhelds. Yeah.
So you had the handheld. And then graduating from, like I said, the Super Nintendo, all the Nintendo systems. Let's get to like almost, I would say like and you mentioned Dreamcast, you mentioned Saturn. Now, did you transition just straight from that into like the PlayStation era, or like how did that transition?
Well, after like the GameCube, I sort of, I still played games, but it was kind of rare because I was working a lot. I was, I was moving out and stuff like that. Later on, I was working. So I kind of took a little like break from gaming a little bit. And then I came back when I saw Gears of War, and I was like, I gotta have it. So I got the 360. Yeah.
So so the 360 era brought you back into gaming.
Yeah. As in terms of like being more hardcore, yeah, I was like in again. Yeah, I was all in.
I started giving that Xbox slander sometimes.
I mean, I think that's why. Well, that's why I do, because I remember the good times. I'm like, man, they, used to be so great, and I want them to return to greatness. I'm rooting for them too. Yeah, so that's kind of how I made my return, was Gears of War.
Nice. Great history and great transition as far as the YouTube and the Twitch. So as far as like, I know you mentioned how you got there, obviously the Press Start, and then your journey as far as the content creator, like as far as explain to the people about the Twitch Yike Squad. Like what's that whole thing about?
Oh man, getting back into this. Well, I pretty much, to sum it up, like I turned a bad situation into a good one. Like I embraced some hate I was getting it was around the time when Spider-Man came out.
Gotcha.
And Kofi had tweeted out a couple pictures that looked a little suspect.
Before and after, and like
yeah,
I remember now. As far as
puddle gate, all of that,
yes.
and what happened was I retweeted his pictures and I said, "Yikes!" question marks and everything, and a lot of people came for me. They were really upset, like about that. So what I did was like I just kept saying it, I guess, and then my viewers started saying it, and then I started getting a little more consistent on Twitch. I'm like, you know what? I need to make some badges. I need to make some emotes, and it just came to me. Yikes! I gotta throw it in there. Yeah, and then it just became the Yikes Squad from there. So I embraced it.
He said, "Shout out to those puddles, Eric." He said, "Shout out to those puddles."
Shout out to the puddles. Yeah, it's like a blessing in disguise, I guess, in a way. Yeah,
no doubt. And one other question I have for you is as a female gamer, I always wanted to get your overall perspective of the gaming community, like maybe some things you've encountered. Obviously, that was one, right? The puddle game. But I know for one thing, even though you have that laid back demeanor, don't let lady fool you. She's about to smoke. She would Twitter your Twitter clapback game is crazy. So, and just as your experience as a female gamer now, like in social media in this gaming community, like your overall perspective on it.
Just on being a female gamer.
Well, just in your experiences in the gaming community, as a female gamer.
I don't know. Every time I kind of hear women talking about the hate they get or things like that, I honestly feel like I'm very lucky. I haven't really had my sex be an issue. I kind of feel like I've always kind of blended in, and even when I didn't, I just took it as inspiration to get better and to prove that I can do this. I can game. I can do this thing. But as far as the clapback stuff, yeah, I'm very subtle, but I do have some cuts. And people say my name is fitting because I'm EriCutz. My name is EriCutz.
Perfect transition.
It just kind of played perfectly. Yeah, a little bit. I can hold my own. I think I have thick skin. I think that's one thing that helps me. And sometimes I have to remember, when people get upset about things, I have to remember, maybe my skin is a little thicker. I need to chill a little bit. So I'm
so glad you said that, because I literally was how you got the name. So you just explained that. And obviously, you could definitely hold your own. That's a fact. So love what you're doing out. Love what you're doing out here. So I got to ask you the question that we ask every guest at the round table. I need Lady Erica's top 5 games or franchises of all time.
Oh man, put me on the spot.
I know Dark Souls and Gears gonna be in there. So should I put those 2 right away?
Well, honestly, top 5.
Top 5 of all time. The ones that had the most impact for you.
Okay, definitely Legend of Zelda. Zelda is that. I mean, Ocarina of Time was my ultimate game for years and years. So yeah, I love that franchise. I really do love Metroid as well. I told you I'm a Nintendo kid, so I grew up on Metroid. Super Metroid was that was like the first game I beat as a kid.
Be good for you today, I see. Okay.
Yeah, brought me at a good time.
Metroid.
Gears, I'd say, is in there. I mean, like I said, is what kind of brought me back to be more hardcore again, and I love the multiplayer. I can't wait for Gears 5. That's an easy one. I do love Soulsborne in general, so it's hard for me to just pick one. I love Bloodborne. Yes. I love Neo. I just love those games. So throw all those in
there. So we'll say the entire Souls, like the Soul series, we'll put that in there.
So. Yeah, you can go ahead and do that. Yeah, Bloodborne counts as well.
No doubt.
Yeah, just throw From Software in there. Yeah.
Finish it
I'm trying to think what else. Oh, that's tough. Because there's a lot of games I've played, but sometimes I don't play the whole series, or you know what I mean? So
whatever impacted you the most. It had the most
impacted me the most. Ooh, okay. I really loved Castlevania and Contra growing up. Like I think that really influenced me to what I like now. Like with Gears, for example, after playing Contra, I just love that like shooter. I love shooters sometimes, and I love that sometimes that like dude bro stuff. It's just fun to me. I recently played Vanquish and I loved it. I just love that.
Yeah, that game was good.
Yeah. So
so just recap it with we had Zelda, we had Metroid, we had the Soul series, we had
You said From Software.
From Software.
Well, yeah, the Soulsborne stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, Gears, and then we're gonna throw Contra in the end, or we're gonna throw the Castlevania.
Old school Konami.
Shoot, either one. Either one. Yeah, because I love Metroidvanias, and that's Metroid and Castlevania. So yeah.
Dope list. Yeah. List. That's what's up, man. So we gonna get into it. Great video game system history, by the way. That was awesome. All right, so thanks. We get into this poll, and last week's poll results are in, and the people have spoken to the question with the recent Mortal Kombat 11 reveal. How do you feel about the lack of information or gameplay footage regarding the Nintendo Switch version at the event? The winner at 40% of the vote, very close, by the way, which was why ruin a good event with a slideshow of downgraded Switch graphics.
Stand up. You real dude, stand up.
Really. Coming in a razor close second place at 35% was the Switch owners deserve to be treated the same as the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 group.
No, you don't. Get back in the bushes.
And coming in at last place at 25% was the I don't care unless we get that Smash and Mortal Kombat crossover we deserve. Thanks to all the lords who participated in last week's poll. Lady Erica, what do you feel about the Nintendo Switch not being presented at the Mortal Kombat 11 reveal?
The reveal. Honestly, I didn't even think about that. I did watch the reveal. I'm not the biggest MK fan. I did play it growing up, but I don't really play fighters anymore. But
the Switch ain't even hit her radar.
You know what it is, though? I think I'm just used to it. I feel like when it comes to these big multi-plats, the Switch is kind of left behind. I mean, that happened with...
Why mess it up with white graphics?
I don't know about all that. And aren't they having like a different developer or something like that? Yeah, I think I read that. Yeah, so I'm expecting this thing. It's definitely not going to look as good. We all kind of know that.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just used to that. Nintendo's kind of like an asterisk at this point. Like, oh, by the way, it's on the Switch. Kind of thing. You know what I mean?
How do you feel about paying premium prices for subpar situations? Everybody else is going to be $60 and they're going to be $65 because remember the Switch tax. So they're not going to look like everybody else's and they're going to charge you more for the subpar. I mean, what's up with that?
King,
I mean, how you feel? If I'm putting my Switch gang face on right now, I'm saying, well, we're paying for the portability. All right. So that's kind of like the cop out, But personally, I mean, if I was buying Mortal Kombat, I would not buy it on the Switch. That's me though.
Tell them about it.
So you had no problem with them not showing it, so to speak. I did like ruining the event because the higher graphical versions were there.
Nah, I wasn't even thinking about it. Honestly, I didn't even think about it. I mean, I don't know. What does that tell you, I guess?
The dudes in the boardroom.
Presence ruined the event.
The dudes in the boardroom saw it and was like, do not put that out there. Do not put that out there.
The presence of those graphics would ruin it. That's what
it would ruin the entire event. Not the fact you had Ronda Rousey out there pretending that she liked Mortal Kombat, right? That didn't fold the event, but Switch graphics would have.
I know what she don't like. She don't like Switch graphics, and that's why I wasn't showing.
Hashtag subpar situation. They're out of control, man. We're gonna get into this thing. But man, there's a lot going on in the Anthem world. So we're gonna get into these topics, man.
Nothing going on. A lot of waiting going on. Let's hit them lights, guys.
There is a lot. It is kind of hard for me to believe there's a lot going on when there ain't no one playing.
Let's start, man. We're gonna break this thing down in two parts, and the first thing I want to kind of get into was obviously the VIP demo and whether it was misleading. So obviously, we know, let's frame this whole thing up. We know one of the lead directors, I believe his name was Mark Dara, and he had put a tweet out. So this is before the demo launched, all that stuff, trying to get people information, I guess, about what to expect from the demo. So he pretty much said, like, how's the Anthem demo different from the game? And he goes, we start from you in the middle. There's no tutorials, no pilot picker. Balance is super different. Economy is completely different. And 6 weeks less bug fixes, right? And then he continued.
I kind of want to like tone in on something real quick. Like, why is there no tutorial in the full game? Like,
which is strange.
Everything on there, like I do, but like, and it's not even that one's the most suspect. I'm just like, why would you not put a tutorial in an actual the actual game, but you put it in the beta?
Yeah, it was very strange because shout out to Slow-Mo, I think he experienced the alpha as well with me, and that the actual alpha, which I was in, had a tutorial. So it was strange that they chose this direction. You know what I mean? So anyway, they continued on. He continued on. He said there's only one story arc. I think that he said the mission stronghold free play balance will be off a bit. He said slightly less nuanced PC controls, and we renamed a few things for clarity in the main game. So let's just start with this aspect, right? Because obviously, my man, I believe Lord J. Fonzerelli had a fantastic video up. And he was definitely talking about this situation, and he had issues with it. You know, he had a lot of issues with it as far as them not putting the demo almost as far as the balance in the economy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, you came in, Jay?
Yeah,
right on time, baby. Fonzerelli, can you hear me in the building, sir?
Yes, I can.
Oh, that's the smooth voice. There we go. There we go. My man. So
Fonz, what's up,
Fonz
Fonz?
in the building. Let's go. So yeah, pretty much you right on time, Fonz. I was just pretty much framing it. We're talking about the Anthem VIP demo. We're talking about the first part of this. We're gonna break it in two parts. One is gonna be about the VIP demo, then the second is gonna be actual about the demo launch. So let's just start with the first one. We talked about Mark Dara, the situation about how he outlined how, you know, about what to expect from the demo, the economy different, the balance different. And I talked literally about you in reference to your video, how strongly you felt about it and disagreed with what was going on. And I just want you to set it up and frame like your video and how you feel about that situation.
Well, balance, and excuse me, by the way, I'm sick, so I'm a bit under the weather, but I just wanted to say that with this situation, when I first read that, it said that the balance and the economy were going to be super different. Like that to me stood out because I know they do tweaks in some of these types of games sometimes to try to make it more enjoyable and stuff. But I don't like this type of deception. I think it gives some gamers a false sense of security with their purchase. The key with balance and economy, these two things, people may just like let this fly under the radar, but these two things are huge in a game like this, especially the balance part. When you think about balance in a game that is inherently grindy, which this game will be. It's just like a Destiny type game. It's a looter. You're going to be going around trying to get these loots, and you're going to grind for it. So balance is key. So what kind of balance tweaks are they doing here? Are they making it easier and more enjoyable? You know, that way, you know, they can entice some of the gamers that may not like grind per se. Right. Because I've already heard some gamers out there saying, oh, it doesn't feel that grindy. Like, oh, but wait.
Right.
You know? And then you look over at the economy aspect, and I've got people already in my comment section to my video calling me out saying, it's only 25 coin for everything. But wait. It's going to be at least 100, 200, maybe thousands for these different items in the game. It's not going to be 25 coin, people. They did this for the demo.
Right.
And this is the case in point I was trying to put out there for people. Not everybody's on Twitter. Not everybody's listening to what Mark
Dara is saying.
And so there's going to be a lot of gamers duped into buying this game thinking, A, it's not grindy, and B, hey, it's not that expensive.
Okay.
So trying to get this stuff. No, because they're going to be selling you these coins for $4.99 a pack or whatever. You know, they're going to be selling you this stuff. It's obvious. And I don't have a problem with that per se. Hey, it's microtransaction city with gaming today. So I get it. But at the same time, and it is cosmetics, and I'm good with that. So far, that's all we know. It's supposed to be cosmetics, and I'm good. But the fact that there is deception there within this demo.
So you're categorizing that as deception.
It is deception.
Okay.
And even if they tell you, like I said, Even if Mark Dara says it on Twitter, it doesn't mean, oh, they're being completely transparent with everybody, because not everybody reads Twitter.
Yeah, Fonzerelli, I akin it to street magic. Like, you see the magician on the street, and you're like, man, he's doing everything right in front of me. He's not, sleight of hand, but he's still tricking you. You're still being tricked. All right. So you're getting presented the stuff right there in front of you, but they're telling you it's not going to be exactly what it is.
Okay, so I got a question for Fonz before I open it up for everyone else too, in reference to that part too. What about in reference, because we do know that there's one VIP demo that actually launched, and then we know that there's a free demo. What do you say for those that say, hey, if you're kind of on the fence with that and you feel this is suspect, just wait for the second one as far as not dealing with that first demo, so to speak?
Well, is the open beta they're calling it? They're not even calling the open beta a demo. Like they call it the VIP demo. It makes no sense to me. And now this one is going to be an open beta. Well, what is the open beta? How?
Actually, I correct my fault. It's actually demo. Also, they're actually rolling with the demo term, which is a bit strange.
Okay.
I agree with you.
Yeah, it's strange.
But it's going to be essentially the same game that you're playing now, right?
Pretty much. I mean, we don't know the details yet, but I mean, if we could assume, we would assume yes, and then apparently with more bug fixes to come later at that point. But who's to say that it actually reaches that one? So it's still to be determined. But continue.
But I don't, I don't think there's anything different between the two, and also, the economy and the 6 weeks bug fixes and everything, it's all going to be the same for this open demo as well. So, I mean, I don't see, I think it's funny because I think the bigger deception lies in what they actually presented to us this weekend. Aside from the balance in the economy, what they sent us this weekend was utter.
All right, we're gonna get it. Don't separate that, please. We gonna go in, Fonz. Trust me. We gonna go in. Just save that thought. I want to get Lady Erica in on the VIP demo aspect. Like, what did you feel when the news came out from Mark Dara and these guys about what the demo was going to consist of?
I kind of thought of it like, well, duh, it's not going to be the main game. But then Fonz brings up really good points, because we're on Twitter, I'm on Twitter, I'm in the know of these things and all that, and I expect this game to be grindy. So when I play the demo, I just thought, well, I just want to get a feel for this game. I want to see what it's like, what it feels like to use, to fly, to use those weapons and the javelins and all of that. So that's why I didn't really have any outrage or any disgust, like, oh, they're tricking us. It's like, no, I know what I'm getting into. Like, I know this is going to be a looter. I know that it's going to be compared to Destiny, and I didn't like Destiny. Everyone knows I didn't like it. So my whole thing was like, I just want to see if this is not like Destiny, if I can get some kind of hint or anything to know that maybe I could like this game. So when I heard, oh, it's going to have a different economy, and it's like, well, yeah, I expect that, because they want us to get a feel for the different javelins, I know that when I unlocked a javelin after 2 missions, that's not happening in the main game.
Right.
But see that I'm in the know. And so Fonz brings up a great point.
Fonz does bring up a great point with that.
Yeah, these casuals or people who aren't on Twitter, they're thinking, oh, this might be the main game. This isn't Destiny. Hey, I might like this, and then they're going to get fooled. Gotcha. So I'm sort of, it personally, it didn't bother me, but I do see, this is kind of a easy thing. It really is. It's EA after all.
Fair enough. Let's get Lord Sav in here. I'm curious about his perspective. Again, when the news came out about the VIP demo, how did you feel about a dev basically stating that the balance, the economy would be different from, said, finished product?
It doesn't make any sense to me, because we're too close to launch for you not to have something that's resembling the finished product out there. It doesn't make any sense. As much as this game has to launch with a lot of goodwill in order for it to survive, you want to put your best foot forward. And in doing that, you're not doing that. I mean, there was so much excitement coming out of the alpha from everybody who couldn't talk about what they experienced. And then And then you have people, and then finally more people get to play, and they're like, "What's the big deal?" And one question I have for you is, how does it differ from the alpha?
All right, I'll get into it real quick. I don't want to get loose, King. But the thing that's different from Jump is obviously, the way you upgrade stuff is a little bit faster. As far my main issue is the tutorial. I felt like the alpha did a better job of explaining how the gameplay mechanic is going to work and how basic things about the javelin are going to work. Whereas the demo kind of just threw you in and was like, just go ahead, and it really wasn't enough explanation.
Almost assuming that you had played the alpha.
Yeah, it was almost like it was like this was, for me, I was fine, right? Because I knew about movement, I knew about this, but I could put myself in the mentality of someone who never played, and they're gonna be like, okay, like trying to figure things out. Because I put some footage up, and someone asked me on Twitter, like, yo, how did you get your javelin to hover stationary like that on some Iron Man joint, in the air and hover? And I was like, oh, you just press the analog. So again, that just goes to show me they didn't do the tutorial. They didn't do a good job explaining it. But continue, sir.
Yeah, I just think they just sort of sabotage themselves a little bit, because now people, just on the strength of small things that again may in all likelihood be vastly different in a month when the game comes out, but I mean they're formulating opinions based on those things, and they may or may not purchase based on those things. You have to be sure to put your best foot forward with this demo to make sure that the excitement around the game after that alpha continued, and I just don't think they've done that.
Okay. Fair
enough.
So,
it's going to be interesting to see, how it does when it launches and how different it is from this when it launches.
Lord King, VIP demo. Do you have an issue?
All right, I'm going to mute my mic so you can't hear me laughing hysterically.
Oh, you're back. Okay. You want to go in, King?
Yeah.
Go for it, King.
All right. So, hey, how many of you guys has ever brought Girl Scout cookies?
Oh God, you're doing an analogy of Girl Scout cookies? Because I gotta hear this.
Right,
I never bought Girl Scout cookies.
You've never brought Girl Scout cookies? All right, so let's say you go to your local Girl Scouts. They're outside, right? And they got their little cookies, and they say, "Hey, here's a sample of the cookie." Now they gave you a cookie, and they put a little bit more flavor in it, put a little more zest, a little more pop, right? But then you brought the box of Girl Scout cookies, and it ain't have that zest, and it ain't have that pop. That's exactly what they're doing. They put a little bit more zest in it, allow you to do things a little bit quicker, have a little bit more pop, probably have a little bit more enemies there, and made it a little bit more fun. Fonzerelli said that maybe it's a little bit more fun. Maybe the game is boring, and if they gave you the actual representation of the game, you'll be so turned off from it, you won't purchase it. So the fact of the matter is that they told you they are street magicians. They told you that this is what you see, and switch your change, when you get it, it ain't what you saw.
Right.
So what you're saying is they're gonna be the sequel, and Now You Can See Me 3.
Fair enough, King. That's what you got on it.
For that part of it, Fonzerelli knows exactly what I'm gonna go in on, because he was privy to what really happened to me. He was there.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I just have to correct something that I said earlier. Slomo pointed it out in the chat, and I agree 100%. He said that I made the assumption that the open demo is going to be the same as the VIP, and yes, that is an assumption by me, and I really think it probably will be, most likely, but it's a definite assumption. That's not a fact.
Fair.
And also, real quick on this same topic, though, I just want to say that the fact that I say that there is some deception here doesn't mean that I'm saying that the company is outright lying or anything. But in a lot of gamers' minds, again, not everybody reads Twitter.
Right.
There are people, you can read in my comment section, folks, that are believing that the way the game is being played now in this VIP demo is the legit game. This is exactly how it's going to be, with the economy, balance, everything.
And that I agree with that part, that specific part. I agree with you, because again, like Lady Erica said, like you said, not everyone reads Twitter, right? So you know, the masses that go to a GameStop or whoever, or not GameStop, but you know what I'm saying, wherever they pre-ordered or whatever, you know, they might not be privy to that information and can see that might be the case. So I can see that. I just want to get Addict, I know you're chomping at the bit.
Yeah, I mean,
just not the game launch, just the VIP demo information released.
All right. First off, let me. I respect that they're being transparent. I did but at the end of the day, it's like you could tell me all kinds. You could put a ribbon on it. I mean, you could put a golden ribbon on it. Have some gold boxes. Like your publisher is EA. Like you can't like. That's literally like you are literally owned by the best bait and switch in the business. Like,
wow,
you can't expect me to believe you. Like, and it's like I was telling LordCognito, like it's a demo. Everything is ramped up to the 10th because they want you to get stuff as quick as possible, as accessible as possible, because they want you to play as much of that demo as possible. And if they make you grind the way you would going to grind in the actual game, you ain't getting none of that stuff. But at the end of the day, it's like when you come out and use the word completely, it makes people sidestep, and it's like, what do you mean completely?
I feel you on that language. I'll give you that. I feel you on that language. Let me jump in if you finish, because I'm gonna piss a lot.
I feel like a better way of putting it was like they should have put on there, since this is the demo, the actual economy in the real game is going to be different because that is the long term, and this is a controlled experiment.
He did say that. He did.
Well, he said that with the response after people started backlashing him. He didn't say that from the initial response,
right? But he literally followed up minutes later.
Well, I was giving you the perspective of avoiding this.
Sure. Absolutely. Let me jump in because I gotta piss everybody off. All right, look, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I think this whole thing is overblown. All right, let me tell you what. Like specifically the details of what's in the VIP. Look, I get it. Big bad EA, Battlefront 2, skepticism.
Look, man, I can't take anything you say after you've been taking. You've been on that Anthem juice since the alpha.
I'm gonna surprise you. I'm gonna surprise you with the second part I gotta say, but the first part. I'm just not in agreement. It's just like, here's the thing. I don't have a problem when a studio is literally telling me verbatim what is going on in the demo that I'm going to get, right? To me, I got a problem like when Destiny secretly throttled the XP games behind the scenes and they tell nobody, and then they got caught on Reddit. So it's like, if we'd have played the demo and then found out, like, yo, this ain't how it was. That was
epic. They're like, people that play our game know how to do math. Oh, God.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, like, I follow every BioWare developer stream, every tweet from this studio, minus the end game. This has probably been the most transparent, in my opinion, regarding what's in the demo. You know what I'm saying? Then not only did the VIP dudes, they get access, they allowed 3 of their mooching friends to get in on the action. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, like, they didn't have to do that. So the other part I struggle with is, look, I get it with the pre-order aspect. You know what I'm saying? If you don't feel comfortable, I get it. You know what I'm saying? My thing is, there's also a second free demo on February 1st. So if people are turned off to say, yo, I'm not feeling that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, going to pre-order. Cool. No one's pressuring you to do anything. The issue I just have is just like, it's just the tiki torch stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, yo, innocent until proven guilty, man. They telling you what's in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my thing. Skepticism is cool. I'm just not okay with condemning something before it launches. Like, I'm just not with that, because here's the thing. If this was the finished game and Anthem launched like Halo Master Chief Collection, now we got issues. Now you can bring the tiki torches out. You can do whatever you want. But demos have always been a vertical slice of gameplay. That's been around for years. So I'm just telling you that the economy is going to be a certain way, and it's going to be speed ups just so you can get unlock stuff later in the game, so you can feel how the other javelins. I don't got no problems with that.
But here's the thing. Like going back to Destiny. When we got the first demo, it was basically the start of that game, the actual full game. And they didn't tweak anything. Nothing was changed. It was the start of the full game. And so you knew right away what type of game it was. And if you liked it, you liked it. If you didn't, you didn't. I loved it. So I was all in. With this game, I'm side-eyeing it because it's not exactly what the game's going to be, because they're telling you it's super different in a couple of ways. And number two, it's EA, and I'm always going to side
I
on
get
EA.
that. And listen, Fonz, on the EA part, I can't defend that, right? If you dealing with someone, if someone that you love is best friends with someone that's shiesty, like I get it, bro. You looking at them with the side like, nah, you hanging out with that dude now, so I feel you on that. All I'm saying is he's telling me, yo, this is what's in the box. this in the box, that's in the box. It's up to me to say, yo, I don't want your box, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's up to me. That's what I'm trying to say. Like that again.
I said, yo, fam, get that box away from me, fam.
I think at the end of the day, the best way to approach this is like, look, okay, I get like for people like I'm right there with Fonz. You know, I'm very skeptical of EA because I love Battlefront, and they dropped the ball there.
Right.
So like I've gotten to the point where I'm like, you know, I haven't made one video on the matter. I haven't talked about it really on Twitter because I'm like, well, I'm just gonna wait for the reviews. Like, like I've said multiple times, I don't care. You come out openly multiple times, be vague as hell about your raids. I'm gonna wait for the raids, see what I think myself. Like,
no, fair enough. And like I said, that's pretty much what I want to say. Let's get into the second part, which is the part that we got a lot to talk about, which is the actual demo itself. You know what I'm saying?
Yikes.
Yeah, yikes, squad.
Major yikes. Yeah.
Yikes. You know what I'm saying? Yikes, squad. So obviously, you know, we know what happened. You know, the game launched, and there were a lot of issues. You know what I'm saying? So let's start from the people who were able to get. First of all, has anybody been able to get? Everyone on the panel have they been able to get into the demo? Let's start.
I played 2 missions. I can't get into the third.
Okay, so okay, cool. And then Fonz, you I know you got in, but it took a minute. You know what I'm saying? Addict,
you talk about all the problems too.
Yeah. All right, Fonz, I'm gonna just give it to you first because I already know you going in. So Fonz, like, tell us about your experience with the launch of the demo.
All right. First of all, I sat there for about 4 hours straight trying to log in. I was in the party chat hanging out with friends and stuff, so it was fun. You know, we made it a party. We're all trying to log in. None of us could get in. Finally, somebody got in. Zocker 87.
Shout out to Zocker.
A bit. And you know, he played for a few minutes, and then I believe he got into a frozen screen or something, and he got booted, and he couldn't get back in. And then finally, I just gave up, and I came back 6 hours later, fought the fight again for another couple hours. And this was probably about 10 p.m. at night, Friday night. I was in, we started to play, got into a loading screen, just hung there forever. It crashed out to the Xbox, you know, and
you hard crash into the thing too? Mine's hard crash out. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, all right. And so finally I get in and I start to game a little bit, and I'm having fun with it. Like, I will say this about the game. The game itself is not bad. Like it's a fun game. It's different. It is so different from I know it's the same genre as Destiny, okay? It's a looter shooter, but it's different in the sense that the combat is way different. The abilities and stuff are a lot more fun than the abilities and stuff in Destiny, because the primary focus, of course, in Destiny is the gunplay. Here, it's more about the abilities and everything, and your group makeup is also a big thing in this game. And I like that aspect. And this is, I was talking to Zocker about this. I really want this type of gameplay. I want a game like this. But again, so I'm playing, and we do a stronghold. Me and a couple of buddies, we're going through the stronghold. It was an epic battle with this big giant monster, and we're like, yeah, this is fun. This is fun. As soon as we beat this thing, crash, all of it. Crash.
Oh man.
We come back in, we get nothing. You get no win, you get no XP, nothing. And we're sitting there going, what? And then this other dude jumps on for half an hour. He's all, for half an hour, mind you, he's playing. And then he goes, oh, I finally unlocked my next suit. And I'm like, what? I've been playing for a couple of hours here, and I haven't unlocked shit because it ain't and then we do the stronghold again. So we're down in the bottom, like we're going through this water, this cave with water and shit. I go up to this wall, and all of a sudden I go through the wall, and I'm flying.
I saw you thing. You were falling to the floor.
Falling into an everlasting freaking nothing, into the abyss, and then Again,
you know what's gonna happen, Fonz. At the end of that, you're gonna pop out and you'll be in Destiny.
Exactly. So at that point, I had to shut it off, turn it back.
Yo, that's how Guardians are bored. That's the light.
That's how Guardians are bored.
Shut up, stop encouraging this.
And then, of course, I couldn't get back in. I couldn't get back in.
Okay.
So then I said, you know what? I had enough on Friday night. I said, I'm done, guys. I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully this mess is fixed. I come back Saturday. What happened? I'm in a party with a bunch of people. They're all playing in there. I'm in there for 2 hours trying to get in. Can't get in. And they're just laughing. And I'm like, dude, this game is a hot mess. This demo is a hot mess.
I've been there. Your friends are laughing. It's just making you more furious.
Yeah. So then I said, you know what? I'm done. I'll come back to this later. 4 or 5 hours later, I come back. I finally get in. I'm like, yeah, this is cool. All of a sudden, all this rubber banding and stuff starts to happen. And I'm like getting pulled back. And I'm like, what? So I log out, try to come back in. Now I can't get back in again. Finally, an hour later or so, I get back in and I'm playing, and enemies are disappearing. Like, while I'm shooting them, and I'm like, wait a minute. This game is a 6-week-old build. This game isn't a 6-month-old build. This game is a 6-week-old build. Are they going to be able to fix everything that's going on here before it comes out in 3 weeks, people?
Good point.
That's my scary point. That's like where I'm like, wait, that's my yikes moment, Erica. That's when I'm saying yikes. It's like this is only a 6-week-old build. In 6 weeks, can they prevent people from crashing through walls? Can they prevent stuff from disappearing? And like this Houdini shit is not real.
And pop-ins too are real. I don't know if you've been seeing those.
Like, the game is beautiful. The gameplay is fun. It's fast. The different javelins. When I finally did get my other javelins on the PS4, mind you, I was able to do that first. I went over there and I played over there for a little bit. And I'm telling you, I got my javelin over there. I came back to the Xbox, got a different javelin. They're fun. Like they're all unique and different. I like this type of gameplay, but it's EA and they just screw things up. Damn it. And this has got EA stank all over it. This is not a BioWare game, folks. This feels nothing like BioWare. It may be a fun game, but it feels nothing like BioWare. It has no BioWare feeling to it at all. It's just all EA money making. That's all I feel.
I agree with that.
You guys got there was no sort of story at all. I mean,
that was the other thing. So, like in the alpha, there was more of a story narrative. Like they didn't do it this time. But I want to get like Erica because I know she had a stream. She had a Yikes Squad stream.
Man.
So let's get to it, Erica.
Okay, so I played on the PS4. And the loading screen time is real on the PS4. I don't know if it's like that on everything, but I ended up kind of finding a little trick. It would freeze all the time on that loading screen. So I would close the application, restart it, and then it would ask me if I want to rejoin the matchmaking. So I'd say yes. I'd say like half the time, maybe 40%, I would get in. And that's if I would stay in there, because there would be crashing, there would be teammates leaving or whatever, and then it would crash. But once we were in, and I was playing with randoms, I wasn't playing with friends or anything, I was just playing with randoms. It wasn't bad, it was fun. There was some guns I really liked, like the special weapon that I had, with the rockets. You can use those. Those were cool. The ground pound, I really liked it. I thought it was all right, but I do agree. Like, I didn't really feel BioWare's presence too much. That's the thing. The only thing.
Don't you say, Erica? You felt the
possibly. I'm getting there. Yeah, but like the gun sounds kind of maybe. I felt a little BioWare, but other than that, the hub felt empty. The sound effects felt kind of off. I just felt like this isn't a really good demo. Like, it's not really a good demonstration of like what this game is really going to be as far as like the action part of it. I felt like the sound was kind of off at times. Like everything that was off in the distance was really low to me. That kind of bothered me. I don't know if anyone had that.
I had that experience, yes.
Yeah, and I felt like it should have been more epic than it was, I guess.
You know who was having a lot of issues with this, LordCognito?
Oh my Lord. We'll get to my part later.
It was John. I walked in and was, how you liking the Anthem beta? He's like, oh, this is a beta? I never would have known. Like, and then they were making fun of Anthem with Eminem lyrics. Like,
oh man,
like he low key was like, I might not buy this because of this demo. Like that's how bad it was for him.
Finish up.
Yeah, it wasn't too fun of an experience. I didn't really even try it till the evening on Friday because I saw on Twitter everyone was having problems. I was like, I'm not even gonna try it.
Same thing I did.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not wasting my time. I ain't gonna, because I was playing solo, so I'm not gonna sit there forever. So yeah, I tried that evening, and it was. I mean, if you saw my stream, it was like I got in and then I got out. It was like it's so short lived when you're actually in there because of the issues and the problems. And I didn't really have crazy glitches. I've been seeing screenshots of like people floating and stuff like that. My thing was more so like the pop-ins and just the sound effects. I felt like, I don't know if that's glitching or it's just me not liking the sound effects. I don't know. But overall, I thought it was just so short-lived. I didn't even really have an opinion. And then I played on Saturday a little bit more. I got to get to that second mission, and I did actually unlock what is it called? What are they called again?
Or the other javelins?
Yeah, the javelin. Sorry. I keep wanting to say Valkyrie for some reason. But yeah, the javelin. And I was like, okay, cool. I actually did something. I unlocked something. But I always knew, okay, the main game might be a little slower than this. I might not unlock things as quickly, possibly. So just to get a little taste of it, yeah, I do think it's fun when it works.
Yes.
But of course, I'm always going to be skeptical that it's going to be very grindy. It's going to be like Destiny because I'm not a Destiny fan. So I'm keeping my expectations low. And if I had to say if I'm buying this or not, I would say no, not right now, because I need to see more. I need to feel more. You know what I mean? So
I do have a question for you real quick. Do you think this demo hurt the hype for this game?
I say yes, definitely. If there was hype, because even before, like, there's a lot of people like me just skeptical. So I don't feel like the hype was crazy from what I was seeing, but if there was, yeah, I'd say this does kill it a bit.
I feel like most betas can hurt hype, but most of the time people are like, it is a beta, but I feel like, with this particular one, like, got people like Big Boy John 77, like he's not necessarily he's a hardcore gamer, but he's not really on Twitter. He's not on any of these things. He doesn't see this information. And to him, he's like, look, this is a beta, but this is like, to my understanding, I haven't played it. This is worse than your typical beta.
And that's the thing, when you have a real beta, right? When you put a beta out that you really want you want feedback from, and you want to have time to be able to rectify the things that people have opinions on in the beta, you don't put that out 3 weeks before the game actually launches. That's not a real beta. The demo naming convention works more because it is 3 weeks out. So you're not really going to make a lot of changes based on these.
That's early access.
Exactly. So it's not like, this game, much like any other game of this type, needs a real beta. A real beta where you go in there and break it and really find what's wrong and give the devs time to actually address this stuff. This is not it. Like, if you think in 3 weeks this thing is going to launch any smoother, you're dead wrong.
You don't believe there's any improvement that could happen between this?
No, there's some, of course. I mean, there's some, of course.
I think the servers
already knew. Yeah. Stuff they already knew was going to give them problems here, and they're not necessarily going to let you know that, but they knew certain stuff was going to break, and they're working on that already. So there's going to be certain stuff, but smooth is not something that I would assume.
And the thing is too. Well, I just want to say this real quick. The apologists, they are out there. They're saying, it is like a beta. This happens with Call of they'll bring up other games, right? Well, Call of Duty has issues and Destiny, and it's like, no, not like this. I played the Destiny beta. It was not like this.
Right, which is what Fonz was saying. Right.
Yeah, I maybe had one crash, maybe. That was it, though, or disconnection, I should say.
You're right from this perspective. The issue with those betas, even the Division and all that, came down to just accessing it, right? But once you got through the queue or whatever it may be, you got into the game fundamentally worked. The problem that we're seeing here, right, is that the game is not even working and infinite loading and all type of stuff. But I want to get Lord King on this. Did you get a chance to experience the greatness of the VIP demo? Not even a beta demo.
Yeah, I played it. First and foremost, Bone Slave, you's a fraud.
He said it's lit. He said he don't know what
don't pay him no mind. He's a fraud. Hey, you guys,
are you saying he's on that Anthem juice too?
Yeah, they drinking that Kool-Aid crazy, and I'm about to tear them up. It's 74 of you, 40 something likes. Let's fix that.
Let's get those likes up, y'all. Good content in here. Good content creators in here too.
All right, so I saw. Shout out to PUBG for allowing me to play the game.
What?
Okay, and I'm gonna give you why that just happened.
Okay.
All right, so Death is on, and Death saw me on, and he saw me trying to load up Anthem. So I saw, Anthem, and I was like, I got EA access. Let me hit that. Yeah. All right. Now I don't want y'all to think me ripping this game here. I do not want to buy this game. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all know that now. But I have to buy this game because I told y'all I have to play with the Patreon subscribers if they choose this game to play.
You do it begrudgingly.
I don't want to buy this game. This game should burn in the bushes. All right, and I'm going to tell you why. Mm-hmm. So I'm at the loading screen, and Def was like, "Yo, I'll play with you." Mm-hmm. So Def sent me the invite. At the same time, Def sent me the invite. Fonzerelli sent me the invite. Mm-hmm. And I text Fonzerelli. I was like, "Yo, my man, send the invite first." So I'm gonna shoot over here and play with him, not knowing that it's Fonzerelli is not in the game. Okay, because when it looked at Fonzerelli's name, it says out of suit, like walking around or something.
Yeah, out of suit. Everybody was out of suit that was stuck at the
We was out of suit. We was out of pocket. He was out of pocket. That's the hell we was.
You know what I was doing? I was trying to get you to send me an invite just in case you were in the game.
Y'all tried to trick the system.
Trying to throw the system. Yeah. So, and everybody kept sending me invites to a game that I'm trying to get in, and it went. And I was texting Cognito at the same time it was happening. Mm-hmm. And once I looked up, it was 5 minutes, and then it was 20 minutes, then it was 45 minutes. Then it was 2 hours. Mm-hmm. And my level of frustration got to the point that I wanted to just break my controller because I said, who the hell at EA didn't know that everybody damn near in the world, you have to assume everybody in the world, let's take all the servers off of Battlefield or whatever the hell, Titanfall, shut them down. Put these servers up for this Anthem they want to play. Ain't nobody playing Titanfall. Mm-hmm. Well, they was playing Titanfall that day because they couldn't play Anthem. and I said, Def, yo, let's play some PUBG. Mm-hmm. Let's relieve this tension. Let's just get this off of us. So we play some PUBG. So my stupid behind, after everybody went away, and at night I came back through. I said, I'm be slick. Let me slide back up in this. Mm-hmm. While I'm getting ready for work, I could have been really freaking asleep. I'm getting ready for work, and I'm like, I left it. Mm-hmm. I left it trying to get in.
Wow.
And went to work.
Wow.
I came back 4 hours later.
Still trying to get in.
And I'm still trying to get in. I said, this is incredible. This is incredible. I wish I would have got home and the little robot would have been standing there. The javelin was waiting for me to jump in. All right, turned it off. Went to sleep, woke up. First thing I said I'm going to do, let me try this again. Try it again, got in the game. I said, all right, here we go.
Right.
It has absolutely the worst town that I've ever seen.
Fort Tarsus is slow. Yeah, Fort Tarsus is terrible.
Okay, so all right. I said, get past this. All right, my javelin is over there. Get in this javelin. Now let's get to this misleading crap that Microsoft showed on the screen. Dudes jumped off the cliff, like you know how you play in the Destiny, and you go see Zavala, and you see the cliff, you jump off. Yeah. Oh, that's what they did in the demo. They jumped off the cliff. So I said, I'm gonna jump off the cliff. No, I got cutscene, and and then my thing landed on the floor like Iron Man. I said, what? I said, literally, this is not what happened. What they show, like this, fraud.
Yeah, the fact it was no tutorial, man. Because in the tutorial, the alpha, they actually showed you that. Like they just threw you to the wolves. They didn't really.
I just feel like if you have a tutorial in the alpha, but you're not putting it in the real game, what was the point of making a tutorial in the first place?
I agree.
Are they saying there's no tutorial in the final game?
Yes,
there's no tutorial
in the demo. In this demo is no tutorial, but in the final game there should be.
Okay. I thought he said the difference between the demo and the real game was that.
No, the difference between the alpha and the real game is. I mean, the demo was that. The alpha had a tutorial. The demo did not.
Let me say this, right? I played the game, and I know exactly what they're going to do as far as what Fonzerelli was afraid of. What they're going to make them more bullet spongy, like they had in Division 1. All right. I believe that's how they're going to stretch out a lot of things, and they're going to make the grind a whole lot harder. If I didn't have to buy this game, I wouldn't buy it. Right. But graphically, it looked good.
Yes.
The control was there on the javelins. The shooter aspect is not Destiny. Everybody knows Destiny gun game is second to none. The shooter aspect of it was passable. It was better than Division shooter aspect when I first played Division, and I really liked Division.
Yeah.
All right. So, but then the world with the no direction, with the no explaining anything to you and just saying like have at it. I think that was the wrong way and wrong choice in presenting the demo to the public that is skeptical already with your product. So I think people are going to be turned off completely. Whoever got into the game is going to probably be turned off completely from the game and don't purchase the game because it was a poorly implemented demo that hurt the sales of this game coming forward, which I think the game really needed everything to go right, like from demo to presentation to messaging to everything needed to go right for this game. And I really think this took the win out of the sales because everybody started playing Resident Evil or something else.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Let me jump in, man. Yeah, now this part. I am 1000% with Lord Fox. I mean, listen, man. I mean, the demo launch, you know what's funny? Funny Fonz and Erica. To myself, I'm like, when this demo launched, all I could think about was the Bungie offices. They're like, you wanted to launch a console looter shooter, huh? You wanted to use Destiny as your reference point, huh? But no, all jokes aside, I mean, there's definitely major inexperience shown here with BioWare's that first attempt at the genre. This is definitely a different beast from trying to launch Mass Effect or some type of Dragon Age type of game. You know, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. The launch was awful. Like we can't get around it. Like I know my people were 5 to 6 hours trying to wait to get in. You know, shout out to Lord Whiskey. We weren't able to get in. I kind of did what Erica did, which was once I saw the reports coming out, I said, all right, I'm not even going to attempt it because I know how console MMOs go, right? Or looter shooters. That first couple of hours, I'm like, you know what? They're going to have their issues. They're probably queuing up. I'll wait till later tonight. I'll jump in. Later tonight came. There was no jump in. It was still the same situation. The infamy loading. And then what pissed me off, Attic was like you'll be at the loading screen. It'd be like connecting. And then it doesn't say anything anymore. And you're just sitting there. So you like, am I supposed to still wait? And then like an hour come by, you got to like hard stop and quit the game. And then one situation, like when I was in it, it was me, Anchorman, a couple other people. I'm in Sinister. I'm in an Xbox Live party chat. The game kicked me out of party chat and forced me in a room by myself where I couldn't talk to nobody. I couldn't press the Xbox Live button to get out, like to pull up my friends list or nothing. Like I literally had to cold boot my system just to escape the game. Like I was like, yo, what's going on here? Like that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Now I want to shout out Lord Hogue. He got his latest episode of Virtual Legality is outstanding because we are in agreement with this part. The part I really got a problem though is the statement. the statement after the fact. I think it was not Casey, but their live team guy, Chad, whatever, Robertson, and he made some 3-point statements. And the joint was like soft. It was the most super defensive statement I've ever seen for a bad launch, right? Your man is like, yeah, the platform connections and yada, yada, yada. But, it wasn't us. It wasn't our fault because we had the servers, this, that kind of thing. It was like super defensive. Then the entitlements with some people that did have access to the VIP demo, but the game was telling you it's not. And then the infinite loading, they're like, yeah, we're going to do these server-side patching. And the way they acted is like, just some people are experiencing that.
Yeah. I thought the same thing, Cognito, because I read that and I was like, they said some people had no issues at all. And I'm like, who?
Yeah, like, you can't come out with this statement like it's just a small subsect of people that's experiencing it. So the joint that had me tight is like, yeah, we had our problems, but it's incredibly humbling to see all the people playing over 300K, Twitch concurrent users, and we reached Fortnite numbers. Nobody's trying to hear that right now, fam. Like, mad people can't get into the game. You know what I'm saying? So then the ultimate disrespect, in my opinion, you've already wasted people's time on Friday, right? Basically, Friday was a dub. Almost 24 hours lost. Most people could not get into the game. Then their statement is this: we appreciate everyone's patience, and sincerely apologize for those trying to get into the game, not get into the game. As a token of our appreciation, we're going to give everyone who participated in the VIP demo an additional vinyl at launch. Nobody wants your vinyl, fam. Like, nobody wants your vinyl.
You listen to my demo.
Yeah, like, how about you extend your demo for a day, right? And then they had this other excuse where it's like, well, in order to fix the problem, we would have had to shut it down. And we didn't really want to do that for the people that was in there. Like, nah, fam, you can't do that. So just when I was defending y'all with the VIP joint, now I felt the EA stank. Now I felt like, bro, like you can't come out and talk about how popping everybody else was on Twitch and how fire it was, and we reached Why are you talking about Fortnite numbers? Like, stop talking about that. Nobody wants that. People cannot get into this game. You gotta address that, and it was just a very defensive, half-hearted thing, man. I
think what people have to understand, because I see a lot of people, even in this chat, and people that I've talked to that were defending Anthem to no end. Like, it's just a beta, guys. Come on, you're entitled. No, you got to understand the level of frustration when you're trying to get into this demo, beta, whatever you want to call it.
Right,
your frustration is already through the roof, and then you got EA on top of that, so you got that EA stank on top of it, and so you keep thinking like, EA, these motherfuckers, they're doing this
language for us.
They keep getting upset, and so a lot of us are legit mad because it just won't work, and we want to experience this game. When you really get in and you play the game, it's great.
That's the thing.
I have to say that because a lot of people think I'm hating.
Right.
No, I'm hating on this VIP demo.
Yes,
I'm not hating.
I don't even feel like you're hating on the game. I feel like you're hating on EA, and that's perfectly acceptable.
But the game itself is beautiful. The game has a lot. King, I really think when you can actually play the game, give it a shot. It really is. There's a lot of great elements in the game. It's really a great game, and it sets it apart so far away from Destiny in terms of gameplay that I think it's going to do great against Destiny, and I think it'll give Destiny a run for sure if it all works well. If they can get their act together here.
Yeah.
But that's the question I have for you guys. Like, day one, I'm going to end up buying this game, okay, because I like it, but day one, I'm not buying it. Like, I need to wait a while.
Can't.
Let me jump in. I mean, let me just talk about the game itself, because you actually made some good points. Because that's the sad part about all this. Like, with all that's getting lost is the game itself. Like, I was blown away. Like, you already seen, I put it up, the movement, the verticality, the abilities. You know what I'm saying? Like, I finally, like, PC is even lit too. I did both. I did X and PC. Core gameplay is there. And what I like is, like you said, so far, like, each javelin feels different, unique, that kind of thing. I do got some issues though. Like, that whole, like, you can't swap. Like, you can't go into your loadout in the looter shooter in the middle of a mission. Don't know how I feel about that.
You pick up loot, and you don't know what you got until the end of the thing. And it's like, wait a minute, why can't I just like?
Yeah, I actually saw someone complaining about that on Twitter. They're like, we want to get drops throughout the whole thing, not at the very end.
And then my thing is the problem that Lady EriCutz had, because I watched her stream, which was like, the thing I don't like is if you go down, it's just a wrap for you. Like you just
and it's funny too, because like it tells you a countdown that you could respawn, but you can't respawn.
Yeah, you can't respawn, like literally. And if you're playing Dolo, you gotta hope the randos and the blueberries will come over to your body and pick you. Otherwise, that's your experience for the whole night. You're just gonna stay there. That's not a good look.
That happens a lot when you're playing with randoms. You'll just sit there dead, and nobody will come get you. And you're like, really?
Exactly.
Guys, back in the chat because we going at it right now. Look,
and you know what? I got to mention something else. The loading screens. I'm talking about within the hub world. It's like, why is there so many loading screens in a hub world?
It's a lot.
You load into a hub world, and then you go into a cave, loading screen. You come out of the cave, loading screen.
Right.
You go 30. Okay, you go to free play. I know how you can access a loading screen right away. 30 seconds. You jump right off the ledge there, right at the free play start. Go to the left. You fly for like 20, 30 seconds. Loading screen, and then you go to like part of the hub world. It's like, why does the hub world have loading screens within the hub world?
Now, I would have just something that Fastback said in chat. He actually made a good point. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Slow-Mo said he got a loading screen in the middle of combat. I'm done. But nah, look, he said I get the EA hate, but BioWare has a great history to get the benefit of the doubt. The problem is they're kind of messing up the benefit of the doubt after the fact with the statements, the way they're handling it. That's my main issue. You can't tell people that paid for a VIP access demo, well, just some of y'all was experienced, but everybody else was lit. Like, you can't do that. You can't. The messaging seem a little EA-ish to me, and that
makes you mad, don't it? When they tell you, oh, there were some people that were getting in with no problems. You're like, F those people. You know,
like, I paid. You know what I'm saying? I paid for the Origins, or I paid for the thing. So that's my main thing. But as far as me with your question, Fonz, with the day one, you know, I still love the game. I'm going to get the game. But yeah, it's concerned. This definitely is a major blow to their marketing, a major blow to the hype that was drawn. And I know a lot of people that, because of what happened, is like, nope, not doing it. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see.
Anybody that hates on Destiny because it's grindy, but they're loving Anthem, like, come on now.
Fraud.
Let's not do this. Like, they're the same type of game when it comes to that genre. It's a looter shooter. You're going to be grinding in both games. So if that's the one reason why you didn't like Destiny, you're not going to like Anthem. So you're just going to waste your $60.
We'll see. Erica, you got anything on this before we move on?
I was just gonna say, you know, I didn't like Destiny, so yeah, I agree with Fonz. That's why I'm gonna wait and see if there's any differences that would matter and make my experience better. You know what I mean? So
exactly. Anybody loves the game, buy it, pick it up. If anyone's on this skeptical, on the fence,
and I love BioWare, so it's like I'm torn.
Tough.
You know?
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
But let's move on. Lord King, you got the hottest topic in the realm right now, man. What's going on with you?
Yeah, this is probably going to take the rest of the podcast.
Yeah, like, you got the hottest one. Everybody, we were not going to do this topic, and then when we found out what King brought it to the table, everybody was like, "Yo, we don't care. King got to do this."
I was like, I'll drop my topic.
I'll drop my topic.
No reason not to do this topic.
This is the real one.
I like smoke. Let's go.
I like smoke, so let's go. Go ahead, King.
It's going to ruffle a lot of feathers. It's going to hurt a lot of companies' feelings, and maybe they're going to look at me a little bit different right now. But what I don't like, and it's going on, it's not just the streamers, it's all content creators that actually spend hours upon hours, because I listen to them. They spend hours in making their videos and putting their content up, and they're streaming, and they're working very hard in doing this stuff, right? But you have these companies that grab a hold of the content creators. They're influencers. You have 10,000 followers, and when you say something, your followers listen. If you got 10% or 1% of your followers that actually listen to whatever you say and to go purchase something based on your recommendation or based on your videos or based on something that you did, and it is at a benefit for a company, then you just did marketing for this company. And when you do marketing for a company, there's people that's on that marketing team that gets paid. That's not doing what you're doing. You're actually moving units. So what companies are doing, and I've noticed that the reason why this came to me is because a fellow podcaster of mine told me a company made a Discord and had a lot of influencers inside the Discord and was giving out like key codes and stuff like that to their game. And he was very excited. He was very happy with it. And I said, why are you happy with it? He said, oh man, I'm in the know. I'm in. I said, this company has millions of dollars for a marketing team. What this marketing team did was actually give you something that didn't cost them a penny, because they put up a digital code and gave it to you. And you're going to put out the video, and you're going to show the video, and you're going to influence the game, and you're going to push the game. And the marketing team is going to do very little, but those marketing dollars, and these CEOs is getting $15 million bonuses and stuff like that. And the influencers are getting flown out to companies, because I heard some influencers got a bag. Remember that Fallout 76 bag that they actually got the real bag? Right. And you fly them out on very next to nothing. They're happy to get Ubered around. You give them a little dinner, and you show them a little reel, and they go back and they work 20 hours on your video. If a company is going to start flying influencers out, and they're going to start acknowledging these influencers, put them on payroll.
Okay.
Put them on payroll. Put them on your marketing team. See, because what you're doing is free labor. If Tommy comes and mows my lawn, the hit of the block, and I give him a cookie and I don't pay him, I'm a bad guy. You understand? The practices that are being practiced on these YouTubers, these influencers, these streamers, and these guys are not getting a check. You're not even sending them a PC or software or something that can equal the amount of hard work that they're putting in for this content, and moving units and talking to their fans to get them riled up for your product. But you fly them out. So you're acknowledging them at that point, but you're not acknowledging that you're using them and not compensating them for their hard work, and you're giving them pittance. And I don't think that practice should continue.
This is a hot one. So I want to get Attic first, because I know he's got limited time, and I know he's got to go to work and stuff. But I want to get Attic, then we'll get Erica and Fonz. So, Lord Addict, this is a touchy one. So let's get to it, man. Does King have a point here? Are devs taking advantage and pubs taking advantage of YouTubers? Is that free labor? Should YouTubers and streamers get paid for this level of promotion that they do?
I think when it comes down to it, is I think they go off what your reach is. Because I know for a fact that if you got a decent reach and they sponsor your videos, you getting paid. But the question is like, it doesn't even, I've known people that's had like 50, 60,000 subscribers, and they just get a review code. You know, they give you, the thing is like, I agree with King, but then I disagree with King. I agree with King because I do believe that, you know, to a point that they're taking advantage of the smaller end to the middle channels, and they're putting the majority of the money for the big channels like your PewDiePie's. He getting paid. He ain't doing nothing without getting a check. I guarantee you that. But like, you know, if you have a reach, having that content early is very, very, very beneficial. Like almost every video that I've done that has gotten traction, that's gotten me subscribers, that's gotten me viewership, has been a review code from someone that didn't pay me, because you're supposed to take the content that they give you, that they've privileged you with, because technically you don't have to do that, and make content before anyone else on YouTube and put it out there. Because let's Kingdom Hearts 3. The people, because I've been in talks with the people that's been distributing in North America, they got 500 copies. So that means out of the thousands upon thousands of channels on YouTube, 500 people got a review copy in North America. So, I mean, if you add the other regions, maybe 100, because I know North America is one of the biggest regions. So they give them a lot more. So I know people, there's a channel called Gamer Joint. He's nothing but Kingdom Hearts. He didn't even get a review copy.
Right.
So that's what and it's like I said, I do think that, they need to take a little bit more they need to stop taking advantage of the people in the middle. But I know a couple of people that, they got flown out and they gave them, because they had a job, and they gave them the money that they would have missed out flying out there. So they do try to attribute to something. But you know what's funny? You know who does stuff like this? Who does give you money, stuff like this? Is the people hate. The EAs, the Activision.
Yeah, that's the irony of it, for sure.
Irony. Let's get Erica in, because I'm dying to hear her perspective on this.
I think I'm definitely going to piggyback off of Addict. I do agree. It depends on the reach. Like if someone reaches out to me right now and wants to give me a free game, I am excited because I know that I'm going to grow from that. I have one example where I had Dark Souls 3 a little bit early, and that did really well on my channel. It helped my channel, and I was little at the time. I was maybe 2,000, 3,000 subs, maybe around there. And then now, it kind of gave me that boost. So I'd argue that for channels like me, or even a little bit bigger, it's benefiting us a lot. Whether we get money or not, we're going to get money in another way, or we're going to get views and stuff like that. But yeah, if you're a PewDiePie, or if you're a Summit, if you guys know Summit on Twitch, he's Sea of Thieves like crazy. And I was wondering, because I follow him, I like him, and I was wondering, did Microsoft give him
drop the bag on?
Yeah, because Oh, go ahead.
That middle ground, they, if they're not getting paid, like people on my channel, like the 15, 20,000 blows, like they ain't paying us to do nothing. They're like, okay, like you ain't getting that kind of reach.
They ain't flying us nowhere.
We'll give you this game for free. But we could take that game and we could try something. We might be able to make the money that game would have gave us, depending on how, how much time we put into those videos. But those people in the middle ranges, I know people that got 20,000 subs that can pop out a review. Look at that pop out a review, get like 50, 60,000 views. And then that's pretty much a couple that's a decent amount of money.
Yes.
And especially if it's because it goes by ad revenue. I mean, you have a 20-minute video with two ads, it starts adding up fast. And because the only reason they were able to do that is because they gave them the game early.
Yeah, and not only that, but there's other benefits too. Like your resume is being built as a reviewer, as a content creator, and so other developers may be looking at you afterwards, and you might get more games. You know what I mean? So there's other benefits that could happen. But yeah,
you get a free game.
Right, you're not paying for, especially if you really wanted that game, and it's like, hey, this free game, you didn't have to pay the $60 or whatever it was. So
give me 60,000.
In a way, you're kind of getting compensated.
Give me 60,000 over $60.
Yeah, keep me $60. Give me 60,000. Give me the same thing that Tony, that's in marketing, that's not doing a damn thing, that I'm doing more than Tony.
But Tony worked there a whole year for a salary. You want 60 for a couple weeks of work?
I did 50 videos that added up to what Tony did, and Tony didn't do crap. Pick Tony off the team and give me Tony's spot.
But Tony, the one that gave you the code. Tony, the one that talked to you. Tony, the one that emailed you.
Now you making Tony give out codes.
Tony right now. I don't get that.
Now Tony's giving out codes. I told you Tony didn't do anything, but now you
that's because you was bad mouthing Tony on IOP.
I gotta stop using this fictional Tony character. This is hilarious.
Tony my dude. Okay?
Tony out here tearing it up.
Finish up, Lady Eric. I want to get fun this.
I was just going to say, if it is the bigger guys out there, they're being flown out, they're being used in commercials, things like that, they, I think, should get paid because they're out.
500,000 subs and above, you get in a bag every time you do anything.
I expect that they are. I mean, we're not going to know. They're not going to say anything, but they probably... Yeah, they probably are.
I think there was a statistic that happened a couple years ago that like the average Twitch streamer that's like anywhere on like the higher levels, they make like $14,000 every time they stream something that's a sponsored video.
Oh wow, that's insane. Lord Fonz, how do you feel about if devs taking advantage of YouTubers, it's free labor, people, or should people be getting paid? Where you at with this?
I feel like they do. Some of the bigger ones anyway. I think with being flown out to places, all accommodations paid for and everything, they're getting that free vacation. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it happens. They already do in a lot of ways. When you're looking at smaller content creators like myself, if you want to give me a free game, I'm a cheap bastard. Yeah.
Oh, Bob's gonna drop it like it's hot for a cold.
Pretty much, like, I will peddle your wares as long as they're free for me.
Wow.
Wait, hold on, Fonz. You've been bought off for 10 pieces of silver in a car.
It's like this. I will pretend to like Sea of Thieves for that. All right, just for a few minutes.
My heart.
Yo, the chat said fraud alert.
Hey, that ain't frauding. That's just being honest.
Just being real.
I'm being real right now.
You want to cut that check?
Hey, send it my way.
I feel you. Oh my
yeah,
God.
what Addict and Erica here said, I mean, that's the way it's going now. I mean, all these big YouTubers and stuff, they're getting that, cheese. They're getting it. Don't act like they're not.
I'm dead. Yo, the chat is loving you right now, Fonz. They on fire. You said Fonz about that bag. They taking that hush money.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. If Microsoft hit me up like, "Hey,
Jesus Christ,
we want you to say something positive about Crackdown 3," I'm like, just tell me when.
So hold on. Are you saying that you could be bought?
Erica's been bought. She's on the payroll.
Everyone has a price.
$1 million woman.
I ain't gonna lie. Like if Nintendo hit me up in my DMs, it's like, here's a little bag, man. Like, you don't even have to be that big. He's like, here's a little bag. Like, say something positive about the Switch. I'm like, dude, the Switch the best thing. That's my primary console right now. I don't know why anyone talks snap about this. Like, this is lit. I love this system.
Shout out to JD Game. He said, looking to get paid off for the review as a job and treating the code like an investment that works for you to grow your channel or in other creative ways is wealth building. Lord Saul, you dropping it like it's hot for the bag.
Nah, y'all gonna be mad at me, man. I'm gonna soapbox this one, man. I'm gonna take it.
Let's go.
I'm gonna take it from another angle. Let's think, all this stuff the King talking about getting paid and whatnot. I mean, there's one word that nobody has talked about here to this moment.
Integrity.
Yeah, that's the word.
Big ass word. Listen, let me tell you something. When I got this topic and I started this topic, I knew exactly where you was gonna hit it from. And I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna enjoy it.
Let's go.
That is a big ass word, and I tell you why. Mm-hmm. The way of the world right now, when it comes to talking about video games, is increasingly YouTube. Is increasingly smaller channels, individual people with their own perspectives on things that are not associated with any sort of big outlet. And that's great. The moment you start breaking that down and taking sides and accepting, whatever money or whatever for your opinions, that completely breaks down. And the problem with that is that, like I said, this is the future. So if at its core, you start to break that down from now, and I'm not saying that there aren't people who aren't doing it already.
Right.
There are obviously people who are doing it already.
Right.
That breaks down the entire thing. And for me, it just doesn't make you're sort of auto-destructing yourself. You're sort of looking to self-destruct by doing that.
Mega West said integrity. That's a weird way to pronounce the word bills.
and the sad part about it too is let's say that you're a channel that's like on the uprise and people see that and you're still you're not really. People see that you're grown, but you're not comprehending it yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you'll be sitting there, and then someone sends you it's like I told Cognito. I was like, dude, if Square Enix hit me up, and they were like, we'll give you a review copy for Kingdom Hearts, but you got to say this exact sentence that we say. I'm like, word, done.
Man, I wouldn't take it.
You gonna alter the video, fam? You gonna say the disclaimer statement?
I say anything they want, man. Like, no, like look at Kofi. Kofi has grown at like 1,400 subs in 3 days. Give me that. What you want me to say, Square Enix? I'm right there, right now.
Sell out podcast. Continue, Solve.
Solve has got a point. You know, the integrity thing is a big thing, but you know, you see some of these YouTubers. I've seen some of the big ones. They might talk about a product on their channel, and they'll say, and I'm being paid to say this, blah blah blah. But I really do like the product and stuff, and then you never hear about it again. So you're like, sure, you really like that product.
My thing is this, a lot of YouTubers. I mean, let me not generalize. I mean, I say a lot of you. For some people, the point of doing this stuff, besides your love of games, is right. At some point, you want to start making money off of it, right? A decent amount of money off of it. So I get the money aspect of it, but if you look at yourself in the mirror and the trade-off is money, my opinions, my real opinions for money, and have everyone see me in that light, I go with integrity every time. I just do. Like, if you really want to be known years from now as somebody whose opinions people respect when it comes to games, when it comes to the business around games, when it comes to anything that we're talking about today, that's not something that you would do, because it's going to come back to bite you. It's not like it's not going to be there. It'll come back to bite you at some point in time, right? So
let me ask you a question. So let's say you got a review for a game like Anthem.
Look at Attic ready to justify it.
Let's say that you get a review for Anthem.
Attic, think about it. Yo, Boss Boo said you got a keyblade in your back, and Square Enix dropped the bag off.
I do, man. I'm not even joking with this, man. There's very few games I will sell out on, and Kingdom Hearts is one of them.
You will drop it like it's hot for Kingdom Hearts. Continue.
Look. Okay, let's say you get a review code, Sovereign, for something like Anthem, and they're like, okay, we're going to give you this review code, but you can't talk about certain sections of the game at all.
Say Splinter Cell, because he's a single player.
Yeah, Splinter Cell. You can't talk about anything related to this. You can't talk about the story, because there's a lot of NBAs that will do that. They will tell you cannot talk about stuff.
Facts. That is
if you tell me, you just said a review, and I can't talk about the story. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, I was giving you an example. Certain story aspects,
right.
You know, stuff that could actually impact the review in overall.
Right.
So if you're not allowed to talk about that and you don't bring it up, would you take the review code? That's kind of selling out. They're like, you can't talk about certain things, but you can review this game. And you've been waiting for a Splinter Cell for 5 years. You gonna tell them no?
I'm not taking that code. If you tell me that you're giving me a review code, the game is complete, and I can't talk about every aspect of the game, I'm like, what are you giving?
There's a lot of developers and publishers that have criteria like that.
That is the point of adding.
You are a better man than me.
And you know, I've noticed, like, the people that, you know, are on, like, you know, I wouldn't do that. You're not the ones that's actually reaching out to these people, because you don't review stuff like that. Like, take it from like mine and Erica's perspective. Like, I've been doing a channel since 2013, man. And like, you be sitting there and be like, man, you know, I get that one break. And then people will give you that one break, and they'll be like, but there's a condition.
Soul worth, though. Like, how much is your damn soul worth? Though? I gotta say, Delapo. I'll let you take it real quick, but I gotta say, Delapo got potentially perfect. Got he was speaking to Cognito about doing the videos, right? And the best thing that I heard this man say was, "I'll do the reviews, but can I be honest about it?"
Yeah, facts.
And
he asked me.
I
was like, I want you to speak on it, and as long as you do it in a not disrespectful manner, but just be truthful to what's the
honest. I've been shown NBAs that tell you can't talk about the multiplayer.
No, see, here's the thing. Let me clarify that one point, because the scenario you gave to Solve, I kind of agree with what Solve is saying in one aspect, that most if they're giving you a review code, then at that point it should be a finished product. And it should be fair game, as opposed to, let's just say they're giving you early access. This is your first time footage of seeing said game, and they say, okay, you can't talk about this and this just yet.
I would completely understand.
That I agree with Addict. Like, I'm cool with that aspect. Like, you're not allowed. They're not ready to discuss the end game. They're not ready to discuss its portion.
Someone said, Tim said, I've sold myself for less.
You're talking about NDAs, right? Where it's like for a limited time, you can't speak about certain things, but eventually you can.
Yeah, every NDA has a date.
I don't have a problem.
Everything,
I don't have a problem with the NDA pertaining to early preview access footage of a game, right? To me, that comes with the territory because they want to control the marketing. They want to control how it's going to be disseminated on certain aspects that they're not ready to talk about. I'm cool with that. But if it's a review now, the game is finished, it's gold. They send Solve the new Splinter Cell review, and then they tell Solve he can't talk about this, then that's a problem. Like, in my opinion, like, how could you not?
Now, if you tell me I can't spoil stuff about the story, that's one thing. Yeah, that absolutely. I will talk generally about how I felt about the story. I won't spoil anything, and that's that's
ending to a game.
Exactly, that absolutely makes sense. But if you tell me no, you can't speak about this aspect of the story, you can't speak generally about what you felt about the story in a review, that doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, that would bother me.
I'm telling you, man,
that would bother me.
Especially let me jump in. I love Addict's honesty, though. He's real.
I'm waiting for that break. I don't care how it comes.
Give me that bag.
If you ever see a paid promotion game thing on my channel, like I was giving a free game preview, if you ever do, here
I'm very
real. If you ever do, just hit me up in the DMs and I'll let you know the real story.
I'm done.
Like, I'm very open. I'm very open with stuff. You see me review, like, Call of Duties. No, I'm being paid. You see me review Anthem or the Division. No, I'm being paid.
Same for me. Yeah, I'm reviewing Division 2. I got the bag.
You got the bag.
I don't think there's enough money in Nintendo's vault for them to get me to say, yeah, I'll take that Mortal Kombat.
If King do a Mortal Kombat Switch review, he got the bag. That's a fact.
I mean, and think about us on the podcast when we got that Plantronics sort of
situation
with the situation, right? And then we're gonna send you these headsets, and you just have to be sure to put up a review on the site. Doesn't mean however you feel about it, you put it up. So I'm like, do they really mean that? Because if I don't like the headset, I'm gonna say why.
Don't be messing up that bag now.
Plantronics, I love you though. Okay? These headsets great.
I got blackballed for that. I think I got blackballed for it because I told them, I said, the headsets is fire, everything is great, but it doesn't come with a case.
Yeah, you trash.
And
the only one that's not getting no more.
I'm the only one that ain't getting a new headset. Like, I don't know. Everybody was like, it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. And I'm the only one that ain't getting a new headset, bro.
Someone said that I wonder what an NDA would look like for Kojima's game. It's literally something you sign and then you get sent to like a different realm and they make you sign a bunch of other shit.
You gotta pay. You gotta sign it in blood.
I'm just saying, for the right size bag, I would have said Fallout 76 was the best game last year.
You hurt my heart, son. Fonz, you hurt me.
Listen, there's a lot of dudes out here that just really don't care. Like, come on, I got a car and go.
Lord and fraud.
I think the best case scenario is you get the bag for a game you actually like. And then, you can say what you want to say. If they let you have freedom, you're going to like it. You know what I mean? That would be the best case scenario.
I don't want the bag. Don't fly me out. Don't try to wine and dine me. Don't. Listen, if you want my honesty.
The Iron Horse podcast does not take this.
You know what it is? Addict is going to do what he's going to do. Trick Daddy Dollars is going to do what he's going to do. But I'm going to tell you, not me.
I feel
all right? Not me. Because at the end of the day,
and that's why you aren't getting a bag.
And you know what?
That's why Tony didn't hit you up.
Listen, and the bag is gonna come from the hard work. And when I do say something, and somebody says, because somebody just said it in the chat. I value your opinion, and I don't want to see you like working at IGN as some shill. And I no, I'm going to take the job. I'm not going to listen to that. But I'm not going to dumb down my opinion because of that bag.
No, let me jump in, King, because I see what you're going for. Like, listen, this is a fantastic topic. I'm glad we did it because we've been putting it off, and I think it's a two-way street. Like, where dev and a publisher. Listen, let me finish.
Looking at what Fonzerelli put. He's a savage.
But he's a king gets no bell. Okay, he said where a dev or publisher, they looking for the most exposure, right, and the hype they can possibly get out of their new release or whatever. And then you got the YouTube streamer who's looking for the most exposure and monetization to their platform. So to me, where it gets tricky if the dev pays the YouTuber, because it's like the job itself is not wrong. However, to me, I kind of struggle with paid influencer because at the end of the day, it's like when you listening to that person review, part of you is going to be like, is they been coerced to say positive stuff about said game? That's why I respect those that come out and say, yo, such and such paid for my flight, such and such did this. I just want to let y'all know, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is how this went down, and I got it like this. So you could take it how you want it at that point. To me, I don't know how to handle it exactly, but I know to me, one of the places that I think was like kind of like the right answer was actually what Bungie did. And like what they did was, I think it was right around the time Destiny 2, the vanilla was, you know, the player base is dwindling, you know what I'm saying? Everything was going down. And basically the devs held a summit where they grabbed all the biggest YouTubers from Destiny, like the Dados, the Holtzman, all these dudes.
Sure.
Yep, they flew these dudes in, right? And they say, yo, we want your input on how to turn this game around. And they were giving out 3-month paid contracts working for Bungie.
There you go.
So it's like, now you're like, okay, boom, you're the weapon tester. Myelin Game, Holtzman, you're the weapon tester. Myelin Games, we're going to have you working on story.
They ain't doing that anytime soon.
No, apparently they're going to do another convention. I don't know if they're going to pay them. Oh, Hogue Law in the building. What's going on, Hogue Law, man? Much appreciated. Good to see you, brother. Great virtual legality. So it's like, at this point, I think it's one of those situations where it's like, if you construct a 3-month contract or something to that effect, where it's a paid situation and they're getting direct influence from their biggest YouTubers, I like that. I do agree with King in the sense that, yo, you know, people are promoting these games. They're working very hard. You know what I mean? If they offer them an opportunity, I don't have a problem with that. It's just the whole idea of, hey, if you're a paid guy under payroll and you're a YouTuber and a streamer now, that kind of has to be stated, because people are going to look at you with the side eye that, oh yeah, here this one, he worked for Activision. Oh yeah, this one, he worked for EA. So we don't know how to feel about said opinion. But I'll give it back to King and let you finish out your topic, man.
Well, we just noticed that by having an open dialogue, that I really honestly don't believe a lot of people, except for Addict, is going to, you know, sell their soul and be how can I say, I just know a lot of guys aren't on that wave, you know, and I want people to understand you know, at this podcast with this team, I knew Sovereign was going to take that way with it. I knew it, because this man has shown nothing but integrity ever since the moment I've met him. So I knew that he was going to stand up on his pulpit, like I said, that soapbox, and he was going to rain it down on you and give you the real. And I can stand by him and say that definitely true. He's not going to do it. He's not going to, you know, take his opinion and let it be worth nothing by taking a bag for it and taint it. So I appreciate that y'all guys allowed it to come on. I appreciate Erica, because we presented it to you first, because I didn't want to put a topic like this up and you you know, like get ambushed, feel like you was ambushed into a topic.
Oh, no.
Like ambush any YouTuber or any streamer.
Right.
Really appreciate your comment. And Fonz, like the feedback. You guys are both great content. And we knew this was a sensitive issue, so we wasn't going to do it. But I'm so glad we did it, because it's
it's interesting.
I say that to all the companies out there that want a good review for whatever game, just hit me up.
I'm just saying, for all the companies out there that, you know, for a certain bag, you know, your opinion could be my opinion.
Just give me the game. I'll review it. That's all. I'll review any game that's given to me.
Real quick, just to end this real quick. Like, if you were to put a number to it, no, I'm just a percentage to it. What do you guys who get codes and stuff like that?
Yeah.
For finished games.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get the sense that they're asking you to sort of direct your opinions a certain way, or are they sort of giving you the game? Yeah, are they giving you the game with the belief sort of that all press is good press, all eyes on it is good?
The way that a lot of players go, you can be respectful, but they want you to. They don't mind if you talk negative about their game, but they want you to spin it in a positive way.
Not something is trash and that's it.
Yeah,
it's not a reason for it.
I didn't see that at all. Like I talked to several YouTubers that bigger than me, and they get free shit.
Yeah.
I don't. But anyway, they told me that a lot of indie developers, especially, they really believe in their product, and they don't tell them to spin it any way. Give them the codes.
I'm not referring to them telling you something. I'm referring you hitting them up 6 months later for another product, and they don't hit you back up.
I see what you're saying. It's the people are negative.
There is a low key, like you look at people who do nothing but review games. When have you ever seen them talk about something in a completely negative way?
Listen, let's put it out there, Attic. Let's go, because he's a friend of the show. We're gonna keep it 100 right now. Let's talk about Rick, friend LordCognito. Right, and we know we're big Destiny guys. And when he first started out, he was Fonz, he was very critical of the game. Like, like every time there was a mess up by Bungie, he was the first to be on Front Street. And I know for a fact he was not invited to a lot of these, reveal events and launch events. And what I'm saying, he continued his grind on doing him, and he ended up being to the point where he got so big they couldn't deny him no more. You know what I'm saying? Like they had to include him as part of that core community. You know what I'm saying? So again, I get what people are going as far as my experience, Fonz, with that whole, because I do experience it, I get codes and stuff like that to that nature. I never get told by a dev, hey, speak on it this way or do it that way and that kind of stuff. It's just like, hey, the embargo is here. You know what I mean? Just you're allowed to stream or you're allowed to do this at this date, kind of a deal. I've never been put in a situation where you can't. Now, to Addict's point, though, I do agree with this. I have seen times that if it's a big enough game, and you are completely transparent and brutally honest with something that you do not like or you rip it. You know what I'm saying? I've seen situations where, like, the next time that company's next release come up, you not at the top of the list, fam. You know what I'm saying? I've seen that. And that's the risk you have to run, and that's the question you have to ask.
And that's why you see
how much is your integrity worth, because that could be a result of you going in on something.
That's the reason you see a lot of these big reviewers. That's why you read their comment section. People's like, oh, you didn't really go in on this, you didn't really go in on that, because especially when it comes to these publishers, people don't realize, when you were reviewing AAA products, you got like 4 outlets of publishers. And once you burn bridges with all 4 of them, you done. You might as well shut your channel down because you ain't getting reviews.
Here's the thing. I'm going to bring it back to you. If it's a game that you love, and like Kingdom Hearts or whatever it is, right? And you get it, and they destroy an aspect of the game that you love, and it's that you're just heartbroken, like kind of like what happened with Fallout 4, and you were like, "Yo, it's a very light version. It's not Fallout 3. It's not New Vegas, right?" And you go in on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you gonna curb your speech on something that you're passionate about because you're worried that you're not going to get that next code?
It's okay to talk about stuff, but it's like I said, it's how you word your words.
Preach. That's what
because I'm telling, like, people don't realize this. Like, I have friends that they review AAA products and stuff like that. Like, if you say the wrong sentence, they blacklist you.
Preach. And again, not to put Rand's business. I said it on the show, like what happened. Yeah. He had dealt with the crackdown situation. He was like, "Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have said it was a dumpster fire." all about.
I was talking to Rand the other day. I was like, "You getting that crackdown review?" He's like, "Probably not."
Probably not, right? Because at the end of the day, when he had the video, but don't get me wrong, I was proud of Rand for keeping it a buck on how they marketed that game initially to those people who didn't even play video games and was just playing Crackdown in a very bad fashion. So I wasn't mad at what he did, but I understand maybe his wording of how hard he went in affected now a future review or code or what have you. But
yeah, I think there's like a fine line. The wording is just so important. Like if it was me, I'd probably just be so slick and have like backhanded compliments and things like that. I'd just be like, where you get my drift, but they wouldn't. You know what I mean? So
it's definitely about wording and giving context for your opinions. If you say something sucks, tell me why and break it down. And if you break it down properly, I have no issue with you saying something sucks. That's me personally, but
like constructive criticism.
I would ever state something sucks in a video, like in a review. Ever.
Oh no! See when you say something like that, you really, really have to defend it.
I would word it like, I was disappointed. Unfortunately, I would like, this shit sucked. Yeah, definitely.
That's a lot of corporate talk.
Well, see, hey, you know what the greatest thing about it is, King? I work for Dish Network. I know how to corporate talk now.
I know. Yeah. Like when they call you on the phone and you're like, "Hold on 1 second, man."
What's funny is at Dish you were not allowed to say unfortunately. You had a word around that word. Like they would jump on you if you said that.
He's right. In my company, they try to play that game. It's this fanatical support game where you're not allowed to say certain words, and I'll be breaking that rule all the time. I'm just
like you gotta throw shade, but they can't know it.
Yeah,
you gotta be real.
You gotta be slick.
They only allow how hyperbole if it's
they tell police officers never apologize. Never say I'm sorry.
They told us at Dish never to apologize either, because when you apologize, you shift the blame to you and not
them. Exactly. Right. That means you are in fault.
King, this is a fire time. We gotta move though. We gotta move because there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
I can give you like 15 more minutes. That's all I can do.
I appreciate it. So, good, because you had the best 15 minutes. Lord Saw.
I gotta go. I'll talk to you guys later.
Listen, the funny thing is that Addict thinks I was taking this topic as a gloat topic for Nintendo, right? And to be perfectly honest,
just because I said something, you're gonna change it. You're gonna rotate
no. Do the bait and switch. I just let you rock with that because I could care less about the console sales. Like to me, I knew Nintendo was gonna win something coming down the pipeline, and I knew when you said to me,
King, I'm gonna need that red bet. I'm gonna need
no. Hold up. I knew Cognito and I never took that bet because that's a stupid bet to take. We know not to take bets with King, first of all. That doesn't happen. We know better than to do that.
Listen, they know from firsthand experience that's not the way.
That's not the way to go. So we didn't take that bet. So I didn't worry about that. But for me, the best stuff coming out of the craziest stuff coming out of this MPD is the fact that Smash did as well as it did. And it won out in terms of exclusives for the year, even beating out Spider-Man. That was crazy to me because Smash only had 3 weeks to do it, and Spider-Man had been out on the market for 4 months.
Man, shut up. I'm gonna tell you right now.
You're not a slow, baby. Not a slow.
You're going back away from that fire hydrant, brother.
The most hilarious part about this whole thing is Erica hates Smash.
That is.
But when you think about it, what's interesting also as well is that everybody on this podcast thought it was going to be Pokemon, not Smash.
Wait, how much did Smash do?
Oh Lord, let's get the numbers.
It was impressive. I mean, I'll give it that.
$1 million in a week or something like that.
The top selling game.
Let's hear it. You said how many?
The number 5 best selling game of 2018. They said it's the best, and also the best selling game of December 2018. The 5th best selling game, and then it said. Despite digital sales not currently being tracked by the MPD group. But it isn't just a franchise standard, it's a fast-selling console exclusive ever tracked by the MPD. Super Smash Ultimate set a new launch month dollar sales record for a platform exclusive in video game history, said Lord Matt Piscatella.
Did it so?
Yeah, it exceeded the launch month dollar sales of 2010's Halo Reach.
I know. I mean, how many did it sell? How many units did it push?
More than Halo Reach.
Okay, I don't care about Halo Reach. Did it put? You said it put 7 million.
Halo Reach didn't have a bundle.
No, it pushed more than 9. Whatever Spider-Man was, it pushed more
How
than
many?
that.
How many sales did Spider-Man do?
9.1.
No, I'm on my phone, man. I'm not playing
Here's
with
some
you.
information for how many copies of Spider-Man sold. Here's a summary from GameSpot.
Lord Alexa,
USA
lady
Today
Alexa.
reports that Sony sold 3.3 million copies of Marvel's Spider-Man within the first 3 days of release.
Okay, that's the first 3 days. I want
that's
total
the
sales.
3 days.
What's the total sales of Spider-Man on PlayStation 4?
Alexa.
We're gonna get copyrighted strike by Alexa.
Get done by Lady Alexa right now.
Coming for us.
Yeah, nah, they ain't telling me, but I'm gonna tell you this right now. I ain't believing you. I really
here we
want to Smash.
Take that L like a man.
Take that L like a
I'm
man.
not taking it. I'm not taking it.
Me, King.
No, man. You don't even care about that game. Why the hell should I bend my knee?
Women lie, but the numbers do not lie.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
man,
got
nobody playing that
You
game.
got the camera. They got the camera.
Verse 1, scripture 3. Let's go, man. Let's continue, man. We got more to talk.
All right, so real quick, and then from my personal hooray moment, and Fonz will appreciate this. Red Dead Redemption 2 is the best-selling game of the year. Woo!
Yeah, I figured it would be.
Okay.
And it taking out, Call of Duty is always up there. Hey, why are people yawning? Hey, it's so funny.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's so funny when it's something they're not happy about. It's a non-story.
It's whatever.
Am I supposed to care about your opinions?
Yeah, like next.
A lot of salt.
So let's talk about Metroid. Let's go about something that's actually
Yeah,
relevant.
let's go to some relevant stuff.
I got some stats I want to read off. So.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hold
brother.
on. Exactly. Everybody needs to get their moment. Let's go.
You continue.
No, you go. I'm done. You can go ahead, Cock. You could.
Oh, hold on.
Lord
Lord said additionally, Sony announced that Spider-Man for PS4 has sold 9 million copies physically and digitally as of November.
Let's get that smoke, Spidey.
Right.
So you telling me that Smash smashed it in the face with only physical copies?
Smash
Only physical copies counted.
Smash didn't smash nothing.
It is the greatest.
They sold
Smash.
7.
Smash came out in December. Compared to, Spider-Man, which came out July?
Spider-Man had 4 months to sell that 9 million.
You know what happened when you give a starving dog food? You eat it. So they had no games, bro.
Speaking
They
of
didn't have no variety.
I knew that was coming. Stop. I knew that was
Red Dead.
coming.
You can't buy Red Dead on the Switch.
They didn't have no
Let's
games.
get to that Switch.
Let's get
Red
to that
Dead.
narrative.
Is Red
They
Dead
didn't
on
have no
Switch?
games.
Is Red Dead on
was a
Switch?
Big month for Nintendo.
Oh,
7 of the top 20 games are on MPD are exclusive to Nintendo system, which is significantly more than any other publisher.
Because they have nothing.
Wait. So
Always the comeback. Love it.
So then, how do you attribute all the hardware? So, because they had nothing, people who went out to buy Smash said, "You know what? Let me buy Smash. So since I'm getting Smash, I might as well get a Switch too, right?"
Listen. This is what it is. People went out and brought this Switch. They was like, "Yo, what's this hottest latest thing? That's what's popping. Let's get that." All right, so they got that Switch. I got to keep Tommy shut up. Tommy got to play this game. All right, so they give it to him. So Tommy don't have any games because Tommy's getting on somebody's nerves. So they go right to the store, and then the latest game came out. They go Smash. They don't have games, bro. They ain't got no red. They ain't got nothing to choose from. You walk in the store, only one game is available for you.
What are you talking about,
bro? There's only one game available for you, though.
Just everybody in the chat,
of you guys.
Just remember what King was talking about, the street magician, right? This is what he's doing to you right now.
Going on right now. That's because they didn't want to bend the knee when we was gonna put it up. Remember, Saul?
They're not about that.
It wasn't about that life. So that's all I had. I just wanted to get that off. But Saul,
got no damn game.
Yeah, I'm done. Woo!
Glad to bring that monthly MPP to the realm.
That was just the fraud report brought to you by Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
King is stupid. I know you gotta run, but can you just give a quick? Is he still with us?
Let's talk this Metroid, please.
Yes, I'm here. I have to leave here in 3 minutes.
Say your topic, say your point on it, and then we'll finish it off. So, what's going on with Metroid, man?
Oh, it looks like Nintendo actually came out. I was gonna make a video on it, but then I realized I don't care. But Nintendo made they made a video. You know, they came out and they said, "Look, we had a lot of issues. I think it was who's responsible for making that, Erica? I'm pretty sure you know. It was at Namco.
Namco was part of the development.
Yeah, Namco, and they were like,
Yeah.
you know, I gotta respect them because you know they came out and they said that wasn't to their standard, and they were pretty much like, you know, hint, hint, we want our product to be what we know it should be. And and Nintendo, the only developer I know right now, they'll come up to be like, no, that ain't it. All of it's gone. We starting right back over from scratch. And so, you know, they canceled everything. They deleted everything that they worked on. It's kind of similar to what happened with Final Fantasy VII. And I just want to, like, you know, I want to applaud them. It's like, you know, they're not getting backlash. Nintendo, I feel like developers need to take this more serious. Like, when it comes to communication, these developers and publishers need more of it. Like, that's
they scrapped that Scalebound, and the world ended that day. They scrapped Scalebound.
That's because
these dudes scrapped Metroid, bro, and nobody is crying.
That's because Scalebound was leaked that it got canceled. And first off, they're not canceling Metroid; they're redoing it.
Okay, so they starting over from scratch. You know why? Because it looked like scratch. So they said, "Yo,
they came out openly and said that. They're like,
that's
look,
right, because they know what it looked like. They
didn't do that. Microsoft was like, yeah, it's gone.
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah, I guarantee you, if they had come out and said, yeah, we're canceling the Metroid we're working on, and we have no idea when we're going to come back to it, there'd be a problem.
That's a lot. Metroid is coming,
but they were transparent. They're like, look, like, we know that people have been asking about it. We don't want to hold that any longer. We have to cancel all of the work done now. We have to restart.
Spin doctoring crap.
The difference between the two products is Scalebound got canceled indefinitely.
We don't know this for sure, man.
Oh my god!
What?
Like, we don't know because they still hold the property, bro.
They hold a lot of properties. Don't mean that. Where's that Mechasoft? So Mechasoft's coming back. All that's coming back.
Let Fonz get in. Continue.
Let Fonz talk.
I was going to say, to be real, if Nintendo would have made a proper console that was
Nintendo hate is real in here. Oh my
Look, man, I gotta hold up the Switch game. I got to. This is the one time I gotta
do it.
I gotta jump in. Yeah, this is too much. This is too much.
Too much slander going on
here. Shout out to Hoglo, about to literally reiterate kind of my same feeling, which he said they need better communication, maybe not more. Nintendo announcement was excellent, especially compared to BioWare's last night on Anthem. Completely agree. Here's the thing. They didn't have to do this. Like, let's be real. How many times we go to E3 and either Sony or whatever, they'll throw up a JPEG image, God of War, whatever, coming soon, and the crowd goes wild. I can't believe it, right? And then 2 E3s go by, and you're like, yo, whatever happened to that game? Like, I don't remember what happened.
Deep down, what happened to that?
Below, I could think of so many games that they threw up.
We didn't hear about Crackdown for like almost a year and a half.
I don't think you're understanding my point about the console, though. About the
he just wants to shit on Switch. I'm down about that.
We're not understanding. We just cut you off. That's all. We didn't want to hear it.
I'm not just talking mess. What I'm saying is maybe Metroid Prime 4 was too ambitious for the power of this Switch.
Thank you.
There's a possibility.
That's exactly what I
based
said.
on Unreal Engine and based on Namco's involvement. I'll give you that to some extent. That could definitely be a possibility with that direction. The thing I like about it is, number one, Retro Studios, who made the actual good games, the Prime, the 1 through 3 or whatever it was, it's like they weren't involved. So the fact that they say, you know what, shut that down, that's not a go. We're going to get the original US team that was kind of doing it, bring them back involved and reimagine it. But at the end of the day, to me, the whole thing is the messaging. They didn't have to say that. To be honest, when they came out on stage, I'm like, who died? Like, it was
it did actually look like how they announced the farewell thing. Like, it did kind of look like there's a funeral going on. Like, who's about to get announced who passed away?
The fact that he said no, it's not going away. It's not to our standard. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Chief.
When Retro Studios flies out there, they're going to ask one thing. They're going to say, where the console at?
Oh my Lord.
That's what they're gonna say.
Yo, listen.
Wait, hold on. You're acting like let's say this game comes out in 4 years, right? You're acting like Nintendo in 4 years. Is that system is gonna be some otherworldly powerful system. We're talking about Nintendo here. It'll be a Switch. It'll be a Switch with a 1080p screen. That's what you're gonna have. Like let's be realistic about the leaps in power that Nintendo is going to give us in the next 4 or 5 years.
I honestly think they're going to keep with the handheld gimmick. I really do.
Absolutely, I think so. Well, they should.
It would be stupid if they didn't. Like
the hybrid.
Yeah, at the end of the day, to me, it's just about transparency. Whether it's, like I said, good or bad gaming news, just tell me what's going on. Give me
they tell you that they're giving you crappy games, and you just still be like, yo, it's transparent.
No, you know
I think the point of that is to not give us crappy games.
Right.
Like,
it goes back to that Miyamoto quote. He said, a delayed game is eventually good, but a rush game is bad forever.
Let Pon speak.
Transparency can also be an ugly word, people. I mean, come on.
But here's the thing: what's the alternative, Fonz, for them not to say anything? We keep imagining that Metroid Prime.
No. I agree that they should have said this. Yeah, 100%. You got to tell people that this game ain't working out on this expletive.
Oh my God. They hate the Switch, bro.
Look, I'm gonna say this. I think it was a mistake. I would think it was a mistake to give it to Bandai Namco from the jump. These guys don't have a pedigree in first-person shooters really at all.
It's not that. It's a mistake to give it to Bandai Namco because they have excellent graphics. So what you need to understand is they try to put it on that system, and all the switches was blowing up. So they said, get it out of their hands.
I gotta go, you guys.
Later, man.
Later, brother.
King, you're 100% right. That's
my God. That's not encouraging.
You kept blowing
He could be
up.
right. I admit that. He
They
could be
tried
right.
to put Tekken. They said, okay, so let's get a baseline. Let's put Tekken 5 on it. Let's see what's going on. Oh my God, it's melting.
No, they came to Nintendo and they said, okay, we can do it. We got Metroid Prime 4. Here it is. It was in 240p. 240p.
No, it wasn't. Actually, it was 111. It was 111p.
It was chugging at 10 frames. 10
Oh my God. I'll let you finish this off. What did you feel, General, with this whole thing, this announcement? Yeah.
Me? Oh, okay. What do I feel about it? Nintendo, they're such perfectionists. Like this. This doesn't surprise me. I mean, yeah, I might laugh at that, but they really are. Like, they want their games so polished. This is why I tell people, and I said this on Press Start because we were talking about 2019 and why I feel it's a little shaky. Nintendo has a lot to do with it, in my opinion, because these games, like, we just never truly know when they're coming. Like Pokemon, all this stuff, we don't know. They not cancel. They delay games like crazy. It's just something they do, and it's something that just is what it is. But you guys ever notice when they do announce like bad news, sometimes it comes after the good news. We just had the NPD talk, right? They released the numbers and like, oh, Nintendo's killing it. They're doing amazing. Smash is amazing. And then, oh, by the way, Metroid, we're giving it to Retro. It's going to take a while. You know what I mean? So
it's a great way to soften the blow, right?
Yeah, they do have reasons why they announce things why they do. Like, it just makes sense. So but for me personally, I mean, I said I'm a Metroid fan. I'm looking forward to it whenever it comes. It's just when is always the question. And that's why sometimes I look at my Switch and I'm like, damn, I guess I'm not playing you for another minute because I'm
so you admit they didn't got games either.
Games
That's what I'm talking about.
Games I'm personally interested in.
Topic.
Listen, Smash is killing it.
Fact.
I like Smash.
That's
me. I like Metroid. I like Zelda. You know what I mean? I'm
Smash. You purchased Smash?
No, I didn't. I don't.
Okay,
like
so you can't rep it.
Why she can't rep it? You can't state the facts because she didn't buy it.
You know the motto. You know the rule. Like, you don't hear me sitting here repping that Red Dead either. I didn't buy it.
All I can say is Nintendo's gonna Nintendo. This is like nothing new to me. I feel like when I heard about Metroid, I was like, well, I mean, I kind of called it. Like that's just how it goes. When they're coming.
Next gen, when we're playing at 4K 60 on the new consoles, they're going to be a 1080 30.
You're absolutely. I'm not. He's not lying, but it is what it is. This is why that argument about the machine not being powerful enough is foolish, because it doesn't matter. It won't be powerful enough in 5 years.
Bring some sense to the room.
Yeah, let's with an actual opinion on this. Yes. Erica and I actually have an opinion on this. So, like I said before, I think giving it to Bandai Namco from the jump was kind of a mistake. I didn't, maybe Retro was working on the stuff. Retro should have always been working on this. Now, mind you, Retro is not exactly the same studio as it was before. There only maybe 15 or 16 employees that worked on the Prime series, but you do have the Prime director that's there. So they know the kind of game that a Prime game is supposed to be. Mm-hmm. And I just think, again, they're like Erica said, they're such perfectionists, and Metroid is one of those things that's popular here, not so much in Japan, and not nearly as popular as his other two big franchises. So for me, take as long as you need to make the game. It gives them more time to hopefully give us the Prime trilogy, and bring that damn 3DS Metroid 2 to the Switch.
Now give them a chance to bring the old ones to the joint.
The funny thing too about Nintendo is they'll be perfectionists, right? They'll take their time on Zelda and all these big franchises, but then out of nowhere they'll release Metroid Federation Force. Here you go.
Thank you.
Like they'll just do this stupid move, and
yeah,
that's Nintendo. I mean, that's just how they are.
Grandpa going grandpa.
Grandpa's always going grandpa. You know that. They're gonna throw the wrench in their own.
I'm walking in Bizarro world. Like this is absolutely, this is mind-boggling that y'all. I'm waiting for Haley Bop.
What's the alternative though? What see, King's alternative is just blow the system up. Like,
no. Listen. I got a Switch, so I'm frauding right now. Mm-hmm. So we already know that my Switch is sitting right up there, and my kids play my Switch. They play stuff, and it's cool. I have no problem with it. I'm just like joshing on it. I just like going in on it, and for Smash to do what it did, that's fantastic. Is it a better game than Spider-Man? Hell to the no. But they don't have anything, and it was gonna sell. On Metroid, they had to delay it because it's not up to snuff. That's all.
All right, fair enough. So that's how we got it. Let's end this. Just get out of here. That was interesting. So, new ILP poll this week with the recent example of the Anthem VIP demo. How concerned are you when developers express that some specific aspects of the game, balance and economy, will be changed exclusively for the demo prior to release? The choices are A, very concerned. Gamers need to stay vigilant, onward, against pre-ordering inaccurate games. B, non-issue, as long as the developer is transparent with all the changes and why. And C, I don't care. Them Anthem servers still got to hold that crying Jordan face. That the choices. Please back the ILP vote when it goes up on Twitter tomorrow. Lady Erica and Lord Fonzerelli in the building, in the realm. An absolute pleasure to have both of you here. Let's start off with Lady Erica. Where can the fine people find you, and what do you have going on?
What do I have going on? Okay, so you can catch me on Press Start Podcast. That's every Thursday, 5:30 Pacific. Just YouTube Press Start Podcast. You'll find it. It's on Kofi's channel. I'm there. I also have my personal YouTube, which is EriCutz4theWin. Yeah. I post content. I do reviews. I do a lot of like boss fights. I'm very into like the Soulsborne stuff. So whenever a game like Sekiro comes out, I go hard. I do a lot of boss fights.
Can't wait.
I break down the game. I stream. I also stream on Twitch. So that's twitch.tv/EriCutz4theWin. More consistent there. I'd appreciate you guys checking it out.
Please sub to her channel. We're gonna have her description or her information once Tapatsu has it up in there. Absolutely.
As far as what I'm up to, I'm just waiting for these games. Sekiro is like the number one, so I'm waiting for that. Yeah, I'm just working on the backlog pretty much.
No doubt.
But thank you guys for having me. Seriously, I had a good time.
Thank you for coming. You definitely welcome back anytime. You were hilarious. Loved you.
Thanks.
So much fun. So much fun. Lord Fonzerelli, my brother from another mother. Always good to have you on. Even when we disagree, it's fun.
Yeah, no doubt.
I love it, bro. What you got going on?
Everybody could find me at J Fonzerelli on Twitter and here on YouTube, making content weekly now. I'm putting out a video a week. I know it's not much, but I ain't got the time to do it more than that. So, but companies, you can DM me if you want to. I love all electronics, games.
Fonz is dropping it like it's hot.
Just hit me up. J Fonzerelli on Twitter.
No doubt. Fonz, man, absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much, brother, man. Appreciate you being a good sport coming in. And like I said, one thing I love about Fonz is, like I said, regardless to whatever side of the fence me and him are both on, we can always talk about it. We can be respectful. At the end of the day, we're all passionate about these games, man. We love these games. That's what it's about. So salute to my brother for coming through, man, on the cameo on a hot topic.
Appreciate it.
No doubt, man. Lord Attic has gone. He's in the bush. Oh, shout out for JD Gamer for the super chat. Congratulations, ILP, on getting over 1,000 subs. Thank you, bro. I mean, yo, Attic in the chat. He's going
Attic sellout.
You can find me at Attic sellout.
Stop texting and driving, Attic.
Yo, Attic is out of control. Lord Psalm with the gospel today, with that switch gospel. My man,
you said switch gospel. Oh, I thought you was gonna talk about integrity. He gave me my bag.
Shout out to Fonzerelli with the $2 super chat for King's bag. He's not getting for that.
Whoa.
No doubt. Lord Saul, man. Where can I find people find?
Yeah, big shout out to Erica and Fonz for coming through, man. Fonz, you hurt my heart a little bit, Fonz. I don't know, man. I don't know. And Erica, we have somebody else supporting the Switch gang. Much appreciated, Lady Erica.
No doubt.
I gotta keep it real.
Keep it real. You already know. Yo, shout hashtag for the bag. Yo, shout out to the chat, man. That's my guy right there. $2 super chat for the bag. You already know. We gotta get King a bag, man. We gotta get him a bag. For real. Lord King, the non-sellout premium gamer.
First of all, I'd like to thank Erica for coming through, and I also really appreciate us floating the topic to you and you being cool with the topic.
Thank you. Yes.
I really appreciate that. They was like, yeah, she down for that smoke. I was like, wow, thanks.
Oh yeah, I already knew her.
Yeah. Jay, man, Mr. Fonzerelli, words cannot express the level of support that you show me. Facts. You are, anytime I post combat talk, you are in that combat talk, and I really appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much.
No doubt, man. No doubt.
For all the support, you know, and also for trying to help me get inside Anthem the other day.
When it finally works, I'm going to pull you into that Anthem. We're going to have a good time.
Where both of us were just sitting on the outside with the crying mean face. You can catch me on Instagram at, the Iron Lord's Instagram. We are posting stuff up there. But we're changing around some stuff with the tiers on the Patreons.
Yes.
And I want you guys to understand, like, I have to buy these games, and we're gonna buy all these games because so the Patreon members will get first dibs in fire teams with the Lords. And the days are going to go up. Sovereign's going to work hard on the days and put those days up that the Lords is going to play with you guys. And when you are a Patreon subscriber, JD,
Appreciate it, JD.
I would love to, but she belongs to Kofi.
Like, how we gonna poach Kofi?
I got the bag. I got the exclusive bag. I don't know what to tell you guys.
Listen, if our contract run out, I'll holler at Kofi. Maybe we get a trade or something. We send out a Kofi.
Yo, how you gonna get my buddy?
Let's see what press start says about that one.
ILP, they take Attic. You can have them over there. We take.
Wow.
Oh man.
Wow. But yeah. So the tiers is gonna change, and it's gonna be a lot more interaction. And Patreon subscribers is definitely valued, and you guys come first. So we're always looking for things and ways to make it better for you guys, more accessible. And join our Discord, get in there, start talking to the Lords, and listen. Unless you at me, I don't hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Cognito tell you. He thought I was
in the Discord. If you're in the Discord, Lord Gaming, y'all, he does not respond unless you at him. So make sure y'all at him and blow up his phone.
Please don't do that. Just leave me alone.
That's what you got?
Yeah,
no doubt, but yeah, and everybody, thanks for the support. Again, Lady Erica, Lord Fonzerelli, fantastic show. Like again, hit that like, that subscribe, and notification, gang, y'all. Please hit that notification. I get a lot of messages like I don't know when we up. Yo, hit that up. You already know Kaibatsu's gonna have the audio up to SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, all that good stuff. The links will be in the description for both of them in their channels, as far as Erica and Fonz. And as far as the Combat Talk, Lord King got the Combat Talk up right now. Please check that out on the ILP YouTube channel, as well as Potentially Perfect. He's got a first look up. I want to shout out the stream team, man. They're going so hard right now. Lord Snaldo, L Boogie, Old School Style, MJ is a boss, and Lord Delabo himself. And the last word with myself and Abontis, we will return next Friday because Bungie want to be late with the TWAB, so an Anthem launch, so or didn't launch, so to speak. So make sure that's there. But that's all I got. If anybody's got anything else, all right, man. Let's get out of here. Everybody enjoy your Sunday. Peace.